I guess we should start then, shall we?
I mean, it'd be a good idea because it was like 5 minutes late.
Fucking hell. Little column A, little column B. If I can find where the mouse has suddenly disappeared to on my thing.
It is.
Oh, there it is.
Then here. Here.
It's not wanting to work for me too much.
Oh, there we go. It's moving.
Yep.
It was drunk.
Everybody's drunk now.
We're all drunk. Yay!
Well, something like that. I think.
I'm drunk on strawberries.
Secrets just tend to be drunk.
I did. I did.
But yes, hello everyone. Welcome to Geeky Rollers. Yes, it has been a fair while since the last session again. Again, real life problems, people not feeling well.
Scheduling conflicts.
Scheduling conflicts.
Something like that. Yes. But yes, we are back and even better. Am I going to get the right camera? Nope, that one. Grace is back. Yes, we are full party today.
He's found the special effects.
Watch it. Ooh.
Magic.
Right. So I'm going to play with that not too much because obviously once we get to the main thing, we get to the main thing. But
We've got lights on.
that one's fucked.
Oh, is it?
And that one's been moved there. That's why that one's on.
What one?
Yeah, so I got one under there behind the camera, behind the monitors.
That's lighting up the ceiling.
Yeah. I mean, you can switch this one on if you want, but that's literally...
No, that'll blow up.
Yeah,
that's
that
why I've
one's
got that
making
one
a
on.
buzzing
Okay.
noise.
Yeah, that was buzzing and kind of almost
Ooh, that
strobe
doesn't
lighting.
sound good.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's actually the light or the lamp itself, but...
Basically, if you're epileptic, don't turn the lamp on.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
That'll be a hard way to find out if I was, wouldn't it? I don't think
I'm sure you would have found out by now, considering the amount of times I know we've been out of nightclubs together.
Yeah.
And phasmophobia, I'm fairly certain there's some epileptic shit in
Oh,
that.
there's plenty of fashion. Flashing lights on there. Good time.
You would have known by that now for that.
Oh, yeah.
Anywho's, let us dive in.
Oh, God.
For the music.
Anticipation was not my friend there.
Never is in this world.
This isn't Rocky Horror.
Is it not?
No.
I'll take the stockings off
Yeah,
then.
Need to go home and change.
Let's. So, we'll cut back a couple of sessions just to catch Grace up a bit since she's been missing. So,
Missing.
not the present
MIA.
at the table. So, a few sessions back, the party had defeated Magistrate Harold Quadopler, who had finally freed Port Rohan of the tyranny that he has kind of placed upon it, which later found out that he was kind of put there because of the Troll King. House with a roof and chimney on top and smoke. And so, we found out that's one of the stepping stones on the way to taking down another of the 5 dragons of the Scaled Cabal, which leads to Torpeal, this lightning maker. On your way to Trollvista after gaining a cart, not a carriage, as I've said like multiple times.
Be like a cart, leave us alone.
No, you guys like a carriage, and you thought you already had a carriage, you have a cart.
We made it into a carriage. Magic's a thing.
Who here has the spell Fabricate then?
No, but he's probably got a carpool in your baby's throw over the
Nick
top.
secretly has it.
Click.
No.
I don't think that's a cleric spell.
Okay.
Alright, okay. There. Fine. In that time, we'll say that Owen had fabricated a roof
Here's
over
the
your
reason I put
cart.
it on there.
About towards the, I can't remember, it was towards the end of your first day or beginning of your second day, you had discovered or come close to an abandoned watchtower. In an attempt to go to look at it, you guys were all attacked by 4 dragon-like wolves.
End of the first day, because we slept.
End of the first day, yep. And in that time, some party members went down a fair few times. Sorry.
That was not a fun fight.
You managed to slay 3 of them, and with the last one bleeding out, a loud screech was heard for it to flee away. Finding that screech was a lone harpy matriarch, whose half of her visage had been transformed to a dragon due to more experiments. Upon finding that there was another one of these laboratories within the mountain not too far away, spending about the better part of a day getting to that mountain the next day, going in, having a very awkward fight against a couple of gelatinous cubes, and obtaining a blink.
Awkward fight.
Yeah, and then obtaining the blink stone as well. You guys managed to get through the rest of the kind of cavern-like maze to reach this half troll, half beholder creature who had been conducting these experiments and was smart but dumb at the same time, thinking you guys were there to help, not to come in and kill him.
Very fucking naive.
Hey!
Yeah.
All he knew was help was coming. He didn't specify what help was coming.
We gave you some help. Into the afterlife.
Upon him explaining a little bit about what the experiments were about and what he was doing, you lot quickly, I might add, slew the hell out of him.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Had a little search around, had gotten a hold of more dragon scales, assumed some metallic dragon scales as well, and found that there were still 4 prisoners, or captives, left within, including 1 harpy, 2 tabaxis, and a troll who had been there for a number of fucking years, who had not known that the old Troll King had died. Upon releasing them, Harpy flying back to her matriarch mother, and the 2 tabaxis eventually finding their way home, and the troll wandering aimlessly trying to figure out where the next part of his life is going to go now that he doesn't know what is certain. You guys gather your carriage and horses now. And by your reckoning, particularly more to you, Spring, you know you have about another 2 days travel till you get to Trollvista.
Me too.
It's about a 3 and a bit days travel from Port Rohan to Trollvista. There are 2 different pathways to go through, which you guys notice. There's the forest path, which is slightly quicker, but more dangerous due to the more prowling animals and things like that. Or there's the open plain path, which is longer, but you are open, which means that they will see you at the gates coming as well. So I take the assumption that you guys opted for more stealth and you guys can handle a dangerous leopard or 2.
I'm great with stealth, so don't worry about it.
Absolutely.
Says one of the 2 metal armor-plated
Giant hulking beast of a man. Covered in moss.
Towards the end of your second day of travel, what would you guys like to do?
I mean, realistically, we need to rest, because
Yeah.
we haven't done that yet.
My hit points are nice, but they're not full.
And I've got probably no spell slots left.
Well, no, spell slots are probably not too bad considering how much you guys were blinking in and out of everything.
Not using jack shit.
Yeah, let's find somewhere to camp. Somewhere defensible, good fields of view.
Wait, did we full rest before we left? Because everything's on full for me. Unless I didn't take any damage. No, I know, I definitely
No,
did.
yeah, you did. You guys might have.
Maybe.
Might have-
No, because mine's still 78. And
I'm down 69.
someone just full rested for the shits and gigs.
I mean, I just adjusted my character sheet for the armor class thing, so I don't know if that's reset it, maybe.
It might have.
Pissed Molly.
Okay, well,
But yeah,
I'll do a full
you guys, it's not too hard. I mean, where you guys are, you know, like a couple of kind of soft hiding spots. You can kind of hitch everything up and rest down for an evening. Food is made. Before you guys all kind of rest down, Click kind of goes up to you, Spring, and goes like, can you help me with something? Practice, and kind of pulls out like 2 wooden swords, kind of thing.
Aww.
Okay.
What does it need
Practice.
practice?
And he's like, he pulls you over, and he says like, and he goes like, try to move past me, kind of thing.
Oh, he's got the sense in our feet, hasn't he?
No, he doesn't.
Alright, going to try and make a sly and slick shuffle foot past him.
He goes in for an attack, as you kind of normally would, as you do as well when attack opportunity when someone moves out of your way. And as he does, and kind of eventually lands the hit, he managed to move in a way to block your path.
Ooh.
So you do immediately gather what he's trying to do, and you can mimic that yourself as well.
Cool.
So over the course of the next few days, any rest points, he tries to get this down. So by the time you guys get to Trollvista, if you'd like, you can pick up the Sentinel feat, as well as click.
As a freebie?
Yeah, that's really
Fucking
like
right.
I always encourage that
Cool,
if
definitely.
you want to get for a feat or skill improvements other than leveling up, you can, but you need to kind of show the
Justify it.
role play
Yeah.
of doing it.
Okay.
Cool.
Which is hence why Danny was able to get to a higher intelligence modifier because you taught her how to read.
Does Larry count as a feat, my child?
I don't know how
He's like a summon. I've gained a summon.
I don't know how that.
I'm the feet and parent.
Yeah.
Like a D&D
parent
icon that you
feat.
can summon.
Yeah. We don't know that yet. I don't know anything about him. Not that I should probably ask at some point. So, who are you exactly?
I think at this
Why
point
do you
it's
follow
more
me?
Selena's child than yours.
And he's been doing some pretty seedy things, to say the least.
Perfect.
Here he is.
That's fine. At least I don't have to do it.
Oh, Selena will teach him many things.
Good. The kid needs some time in the real world.
Right. Once like a barn animal, twice like a...
Anyway.
Anywho. Yes. Upon your travels, so the first night of sleep in this time, who's going to take first watch?
I will.
Blog posters.
Cool.
Got it.
No, you volunteered.
So everyone's bed's down, and now I'm assuming you're going to do a 4-hour watch since you use your
Yeah.
meditation, yep. So if you'd like to roll a perception check for me, please.
It's 11. I'm apparently more tired than I realised.
Yes, blinking in and out of existence like that does kind of strain the body a little bit when you don't know it's happening.
Yeah.
It's happened, kind of thing.
What plane of existence am I on? Do I exist anymore?
Well, considering I spent more time in the cube than I was actually on the plane.
I guess it's kind of like being in a plane. It's like its own plane of existence inside the gelatins.
I
Wibbly
didn't really
wobbly
blink
wobbly
that
wobbly.
much. I think I blinked
Jelly
once,
world.
so I think I was just in the cube half the time.
Yeah.
You're a jelly baby.
I'm a jelly baby.
Due to tiredness and everything, can you just make a constitution check of me, please?
That's better. I think my constitution's quite high, so
Sorcerer with high constitution.
19.
19. You feel the fact that you're tired, and you try to find ways to kind of keep yourself up for 4 extra hours while the rest of your party and your friends are asleep around you. Click snoring. Flake is snoring. You can hear Spring somewhat kind of purring
That's kind of cute, actually.
as well.
He's doing that thing with if it's in the cat, it's where you put the prawn next to it to sleep and you just let it go. It's a great video. Yeah, I'll search for it. Yeah.
So he's just like,
He's dreaming
And
about
it's-
eating the shrimp, and he just sits there. He wakes up and it's there. It's like, oh my god! Oh.
And so your mind kind of focuses on the louder noises to keep you awake, because it's harder to sleep with those kind of
Yeah. Just
louder
listen
noises.
to Flake snoring, I'll be fine.
No, it kind of keeps you going. So you're like, okay, I'll do a bit of light reading or something instead, and you give out
fade
halfway through a chapter of whichever book you're reading before you're like, nope, that's not a good idea. Nope, that's going to put me to sleep.
I wouldn't even suggested that to myself.
Sorry?
I wouldn't even suggested that to myself. Just get some needle out and start stabbing her fingers.
Your 4 hours come to an end. Who wants to take the second watch?
I'm last watch. So I
She's,
took
she's got clothes to repair.
Oh, I'll do it then.
Stabbing her fingers by accident.
So you kick Flake awake. His snoring event after 4 hours of his constant snoring. Eventually gets enough. You kick him hard. Forget for a minute that he's wearing plate armor. Armor under his robes.
And you take
Bro.
1d6 damage. And you broke your toe. Oh. That would be
Here you go.
Now you've done it!
You take 4 points of bludgeoning damage.
Do
You
a
had
Vigo
to say
motion.
something.
Well, I was thinking it, but I wasn't sure what was going to do that. But then he said,
And now you remember that you've got all your damage dice, so use the actors.
well, I use 1d6.
You've only got yourself to blame. You could have kicked anybody else, but you chose the big
He
hulking
cooks
guy.
breakfast.
Still could have kicked him. I mean, that's right. I'll kick him when I wake up. Just so everyone's getting kicked.
So you eventually
Telltale games, isn't it?
so you eventually slap
Spring will remember this.
So you eventually kind of slap Flake in the face to wake him up. You're like, your watch, and you go just sit down, cross-legged, and go into meditative states for the next 4 hours during your long rest. Flake,
From
roll
the
a-
meditative state.
Yeah, she's like,
I'm totally at fucking peace with the universe, right? Bastards.
When she realised that doesn't work, fuck it.
Like this.
That's a 22 on my perception.
22. Yep. Couple of hours for you go by. Very uneventful. You hear the odd owls going on and hooting off into the nights. You hear a few of the other kind of like.
What?
You hear a lot more of the nocturnal kind of beasts and animals of jungles kind of going about their business as well.
Going about
Some-
the business. Just
and
everything.
about-
Very much business.
About 45 minutes
Everyone's
in,
going about their business.
yeah, about 45 minutes in, you
God.
You kind of look over and you see a black and white cat stalking off in the distance. This little cat, and you're just like, oh fuck's sake.
I'll get out some of Spring's kitty litter and just put it on. I just assume that's what you use. He just has a bag.
Secretly didn't get a kitty that got like garlic out.
Oh no. Okay.
Alright, after about 2 hours, Click will take the last watch. That next watch. So how do you wake Click up for his watch?
Let's have a look at my cantrips.
Oh, God.
Just because I can.
What is it supposed to be having a long rest? Don't fucking hurt each other.
Fine.
Too late for that. Bruises have been made.
Yeah, Mike.
Oh, that's a great idea. There you go. That's okay. I've got druid craft. I never use it because it's so pointless. So I can make like a small sensory whatever, and I'm gonna have it as just like the sound of like a gerbil. So it's just like right next to his head, just squeaking.
You're gonna...
I'm just like.
What the fuck?
What?
That was Mr. Frisky. Don't worry about it. Get
Alright,
up. You're on watch.
right.
Back to snoring.
Dear.
27 for Click.
Nothing.
They keep doing
Well,
shit.
no. That's just Click. You're all asleep. You have no... 2 hours eventually go by, and the three of you wake up. The end. You two at the end of 8 hours. You're at the end of 4 hours meditation. Your foot's still throbbing a little bit from kicking.
But it's not broken anymore.
But no,
because
it's
I've had
not
4 hours
broken. It's like,
meditation.
you didn't break it. It's like if when you stub your toe against a table or something.
He's wearing plate armor. He's also rock. I'm fairly certain I would have broken a couple of toes.
What? Do you want to
Yeah, but a
waste
long
the
rest
spell
fixes
slot
everything.
healing?
No, because I've just had a long rest. It's miraculous.
You've just
I've
rested and your
healed.
broken toe is
It's just
just
been cruised still.
Yeah.
just reset itself.
That's exactly how it works. Just reset itself during 4 hours.
Magic.
Just a little bit bruised.
Your long rest. Yes. No, your foot's just throbbing a little bit at the minute.
Throbbing.
Hurts a little bit to walk up.
Throbbing,
Yeah,
darling.
that's what I mean. Like the pain now is as if you just stubbed your toe.
Right.
Yeah, well that's what we'll go down as.
Yeah.
Like you just kicked a table or something.
Yeah. That's kind of what it feels like. And as you kind of get up, you're just like, nope.
Just down for a little longer.
Nope.
Just hops over to the cart.
Breakfast cooking tools check. 24.
24.
Nice.
You make
I'm going for a gun.
you make a
Oh,
nice
thanks.
sort of like being back in your home isles. You kind of make a traditional Port Rohan kind of breakfast with all the little trimmings. Like you picked up a decent amount of supplies back from the Laughing Vine, so you got like amazing reminiscence of kind of being back home and a sense of like, yeah, I'm free in my homeland kind of thing. You feel like this is the breakfast.
And of course, the spice pouch is talking to me because I had a regular supply of wine recently.
Oh yes.
Spice, I love the idea you're just spice talks to you. It's like, of course it does, dear.
It
Yes.
doesn't actually talk, it just, needs wine, otherwise it sulks.
Sounds about right.
Oh, it does. It sulks.
Sounds very relatable.
But yes. We're just cook about a couple hours later. Click and Flake eventually wake up as well.
Me just, I slept like a dream. No one else? No, you so much. You good?
Still tired.
Yeah.
Click's gonna walk up to you, pat the moss of beard you have and cast a light on it. So now you just have bright light in your face and you're struggling to see for a few minutes.
Worth it. I regret
I think
nothing.
it's just next day going to pull Click aside, we're going to go over that manoeuvre again for a few minutes.
Yep.
Once he's had breakfast. Just make certain we're getting it down. Get it down!
Anything has helped me wake up, thanks, Cliff.
And then he started.
Extra bright.
Problem?
Many problems, but okay.
Too many
Do this. If it was like still
Any
like
problems
dark
with the
when we woke up, that would have been perfect because I've been able to see when I eat.
Like, I haven't
Yeah,
made
but it's like
problems.
you've done
I
it
think I'm
just as
allergic
you're
to
waking
wine
up.
and they're not sharing.
So you still got all the grogginess in
What?
your eyes. And it's like someone. It's
Yeah.
like you've just woken up and like,
It's all-
okay, I'm ready for that. And someone put a flashlight directly in your eyes.
Oh,
Best
delightful.
behaviour does not include not sharing wine.
Yeah, we've got a lurker with wine and they're not sharing.
I mean, I got my blood on.
Harley.
Don't worry, Maris, thank you. Oh, well.
He does that himself.
Oh yeah, I don't need
They
any
did
help.
come in when you said frisky, so.
That's true.
Risky, baby.
Yeah, I don't need any help. Don't you worry about it.
No.
I could ruin my own life, thank you.
So breakfast is all
Is that
had.
ruining life roll? 19, well done.
19 on
You
ruin.
really fucked it
I
up.
really fucked it up. One time I wanted the one.
Breakfast is had. Maneuvers are practiced. Horses are unhitched. Carriage is packed up again on the way. Let's do a group perception check for this.
Oh, group perception. That's dangerous.
Okay.
Okay, maybe not.
This requires a moss dice.
Oh, I'm half asleep still.
Yeah, so click.
It's a 21.
15.
I'm so awake from
25.
a bright light beard.
Huh?
Trying
Wait
not
a
to
minute.
embarrass me.
Oh, sorry. 11.
You're doing
Okay.
a terrible job because I'm not embarrassed at all.
So apparently 3 members of the party are still asleep or engrossed in whatever they're doing in the carriage. Which is Click springing out in.
Well, the thrumming in my foot's keeping me occupied.
Yep. Occupied. You're kind of keeping more of an eye out front, kind of trying to see and follow the makeshift path that's been made through this forest bit.
Who's driving?
Me.
She rolled the highest.
That's right. It's a Tesla. It's a Tesla. Don't worry. It drives itself.
Oh, okay.
I think I'm just like
Tesla
engrossed in a
carriage,
book
Tesla
in the
carriage,
back.
Yeah. I'm driving because I was like, yeah, I'm just going to sit myself here. Nobody can touch my foot then.
Day goes by. Pretty much unencumbered, nothing kind of special. Stop somewhere for like the lunch break. Just give the horses a chance to relax.
This is dangerous having a chat in front of me because I see it first.
Yeah, we don't have. Harley's the mod from my Twitch channel. We didn't have any of my fun commands that I have on my channel.
Right.
Kind of hard to do.
Yeah. I made one just for Zach that it just has a picture of him in a squirrel mask that pops up and he just says, "That's a lot of nuts." And he can do it whenever he wants. It's great.
Knowing him, he always does it at the most inappropriate times.
Absolutely. I shouldn't have given him this power, but I did.
Well,
Let the
that's
chaos
your own
reign.
fault. Anyway, back to the situation at hand.
Yes. About midway through this day, spring,
Hello.
you suddenly hear within your head, a message has just arrived from your sister. Congratulations on freeing home. I'll see you at the, let me get the name up right. Because
Hope he's not paying by the letter for this message.
Yeah.
Where is it? Where is it? Where is it?
I'll see you at the Forgotten Tavern in Trollvista. Expecting within the next, knowing you, 2 or 3 days. You can reply if you wish.
Hey, Whiskers. We'll see you then. Yeah, cool.
Whiskers.
I can see a fucking dude, where's my car conversation coming up when it mentions the Forgotten Tavern.
Yes.
He's not very moist. Quite dry.
Oh, yeah. No, unfortunately, no. I'm in the low percentile today.
Yeah, it's like 2 to 3% tops.
Yeah, really low.
Not even humid. Yeah,
I just had
moist.
tea. I should be like at least 10%.
No, man. It's fucking,
Internally moist, not,
you're not even humid.
externally.
You're not humid. You certainly ain't moist. You definitely aren't moist.
I mean, you had a shower about an hour ago, so...
Yeah, but I'm already right
You
off.
used a towel afterwards, I think, though.
Did I?
Or did you just dry naturally?
Yeah. Just did a lap round the garden.
That's 3 times now this session. Normally it's only twice, now it's 3.
That's 3.
Railroading.
Oh.
Our viewer asked a question. We have to answer.
Yeah.
It's not railroading
It's,
for answering
it's
the question.
tangenting. Railroading's when we get forced to do something. Tangenting's when we go.
Just a light spot of yes and, it's fine.
Oh,
Don't you dare roll damage.
Don't you dare rocks fall us.
The carriage hits
No.
the rock, and you all take 17 points of bludgeoning damage.
No, because we were answering a question. Nice try.
Can't then have
At
suspension.
the beginning of each round, I heal 1d6 points damage.
You have like at least one more long rest before you get to Trollvista. So what do you?
We were answering a question.
Not having to go about the answering the question. It's the sass afterwards.
Did you not use Talc Powder? Also, if you used Talc Powder or not.
I could be worse, and you know that.
Talcum powder.
And you know I can outmatch.
Yeah,
No, just regular corn
You're not
flour.
40 yet, are you? So
Right, okay.
it's just regular baking flour. Rub it on.
Yeah.
No. You don't get any
Get
of
my
that.
sourdough started going.
But anyways,
See that, like, make a pancake out of it.
Anyway, back to the situation at hand before it hurts us again.
Yep, sorry.
you make it thunder and lightning.
No.
Oh, wait, he might make us
Or
roll.
make it 3 weeks.
Ooh.
Don't piss off the future wife.
But anywho, yes. End of the next day comes. I set up camp. Who's going to take the first watch on this night?
Not
Me.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, Ellen. Roll a perception check for me.
Don't beef this up.
No pressure.
No pressure. What did I just say?
Roll a
You won't get
constitution
slayed
check
in
for me,
our
please.
That's not what I'm right.
Well,
That's
11.
Good evening.
11. Cool. So the DC for that definitely went up from that natural 1.
You just like, I'm gonna watch.
Yep. You like
Fall asleep before anyone else does.
you agree to go on watch, take first watch, as everyone else kind of falls asleep. At least while doing meditation again, yeah?
Oh dear.
I'll put it this way, at least you come out of your 4-hour meditation, look around, and Ellen leaning up against a tree, book in her lap, is asleep and has been and fell asleep about 5 minutes after everyone else. When she
Are you wearing like a
started
pair of glasses with
Fuck.
eyebrows drawn on it?
Look,
Oh, yeah.
okay, as you wake up, you notice resting in the middle of the 5 of you are 2 barn owls.
Aw.
Just looking around and picking up scabs, just specks on the ground. Not bothering anyone, but as you kind of rustle, they kind of look up. One flies away immediately. The other one and then flies away as well.
Cute, go.
Flies away. Like the other two, you're lucky the other two were low rolls.
Hopefully
On a,
reconnaissance owls. And they were feeding information.
but
Does
you,
everyone check to see their credit card just in their pocket? Just in case.
Ah, owl fraud.
Yeah, oh no.
The worst kind of fraud.
Yeah.
Damn those jungle owls.
Oh dear. I just kind of look over to Elwyn and go, oh dear.
Technically, she hasn't taken a watch yet, so just throw something and get it.
Take another one.
as you kind of realize this, you're like, okay, fine. Start your watch while the rest of them sleep for the last 4 hours. Can you make a perception check for me, please?
Let's go with this one. Don't fail me. Oh, fuck's sake.
Oh dear.
That's a 10.
So your intent is very much on keeping a watch out in case anything gets too close to the camp or anything like that, trying to make sure there might not be any bandits or other kind of predatory beasts about the area.
Mm-hmm.
But you kind of can't help but noticing that one of your guys' pouches happens to be lying right in the middle of the camp.
You're banned.
Do you
Okay.
want the dice?
Oh, you can stay. This one can fuck off.
Yeah. You notice one of the pouches that you guys do carry around with you is lying like right in the middle of the camp. Kind of definitely not where you remember anyone putting it.
Okay.
You go to pick the pouch up
Mm-hmm.
and start starting to get infuriated as you realize it's one of the money pouches. And about 400 gold pieces are missing out of it.
Fuck's sake!
Was it the owls?
Whose pouch is it?
Did they come back?
That was probably, I mean, you guys have a number, quite a bit of gold.
Yeah.
But it's just literally you're now missing 400 gold pieces out of your...
Alright, it's coming out the banker, Mum. I mean, it's not like we're lacking on gold pieces, really, but...
No.
It took you a long time to
Yeah.
realise it was any missing at all. There was so much in there.
Yeah, pretty
Never
much,
at all.
actually. I mean,
That's like
I'm basically rich.
that's like a tip to like the waitress when somebody goes something to eat.
Right, seriously.
I
I am the banker, Mum.
That's amazing.
But yeah, you're slightly annoyed at the fact it's like, okay, well, you all could have been quite easily killed in your sleep, but thankfully the person only came in and
Wanted
just...
the money.
And just like, stuck their hand in, just like wanted, started them out, took it out, and like, gone.
He was like, I can retire with this.
Yeah, pretty much.
And just thought,
Loose change for us, life changing
Just-
for him.
just thought, like, yep, okay, nope, gone. I have no beef with these people. I'm not gonna like try anything like that. They don't.
I can respect that.
He definitely knows that
Could've
this,
stole
whoever this
weapons,
is
could've
definitely
stolen-
knows they snuck in. That none of you were awake. None of you know what he looks.
Especially you.
And because
What?
of that
Yeah,
10
there is
perception check, you only focus on that, and you don't look or see anything
If you could
else.
see Spring right
For
now,
the next-
sleeping in that crescent moon on the back.
4-ish hours.
When it's like they're counting the
It's like
fucking money.
Yeah, yeah, literally.
That's the one.
Everyone else, you all wake up and you see Lisabel in a bit of a stress, hair slightly a mess, as she's got piles of gold coins, gold, platinum, silver, and copper coins in front of her.
What's up, Smaug? What happened?
You're wrong, you idiots!
Hey, Scrooge, you wanna just chill the fuck out? That avarice thing is bad for you. No, trust me, I know this.
We're missing gold.
How much?
400.
Oh fuck.
You're just like,
Yeah, doesn't Scrooge anymore, am I?
drunk were we last night?
No, 20 on breakfast.
Yep, another perfect breakfast.
That's more important than 400 gold.
I would just like to say, for this day, Belle has the shit, like, with Elwyn. Like, you fucking fell asleep.
So somebody mentioned something last night or something, you fell asleep so somebody can come in and take us stuff, or we just throwing money away now? What's going on?
Oh no, someone fell asleep.
It wasn't me, I'm breakfast boy. It's fine.
It wasn't me, I was asleep.
Yeah.
No, you two were fine.
Click.
Somebody took first watch and decided to read.
Oh!
Yeah.
Oh, that's beautiful. You're new
Yeah,
to this
you
life,
kinda-
aren't you?
You're the one who kind of
Reading
wakes
is
up.
fatal. Don't
Wakes
do that
up.
anymore much.
You're looking down in your book, and you just kind of look up at Lisabel, and you're like,
Put the book away.
Yeah, no reason on much. Wrong.
Yeah.
You know?
She just gives you the stink eye for most of the day.
I
Doesn't
imagine.
say anything, just gives the stink eye.
Imagine you wander off somewhere, aim a bunch of firebolts, not at any trees, and just fire a few things off.
You can't prove anything. But never mind the singed trees.
Roll a d20 3 times, adding your spellcasting modifier to it.
Hopefully gravity doesn't affect these too much.
19,
Oh.
30, 20. And then spellcasting modifier. You
Yeah,
Even chat's taking the piss out of
23?
me now.
23.
Mm-hmm.
So were all 3 numbers?
Tut.
Yes, all three.
All 3 were 23.
Oh no.
No. What were each individual ones?
Oh,
so
first
roll
one-
3 times. Yeah.
5, 19, 1.
So the last one's a natural 1.
Yeah.
Yep. So the first 2 you've just 5 plus your spellcasting modifier.
No, as in that's what the dices were. So it's 8, and then 22, and then technically 4. But because it's a natural 1.
No, so your spellcasting modifier. So not just your proficiency bonus and your charisma bonus.
Yeah. So
That's your spellcasting modifier.
Yeah.
So the
Your
the
time
number
roll
you
bonus.
add when you
Oh!
make an
I was
attack,
going to say,
spell
my
attack.
modifier says +3. That's why.
No, the spell you
I mean the spell attack.
Yes, that's what I mean by spellcasting modifier.
Fucking
If I-
hell!
I would have said charisma modifier otherwise.
It says modifier.
Yeah, yep.
Remember, you sometimes have to explain things a little bit stupid for me.
It's a number of big.
Big number.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So that's it. So that was a 13, what was the second one?
25 in total.
25. So
No,
those
27
two
in
you
total.
managed to kind of
Ooh.
fire off fine.
And the other
Managed
one
to
was
just
9.
disintegrate. That doesn't exclude the fact that it was a natural
Yeah,
one.
I'm aware.
Could you stop burning my homeland?
So,
The fuck are you, a troll?
right, so a couple of things happened
Just
from the natural
growls.
one.
I don't go to club just to burn the shit out of stuff, do I? Huh? No, I haven't. No, I have not. Ha!
No, you just fucking steal all the clothes.
You don't know anything about that. Or about the silver candle.
That wasn't in Cloverdrift, that was in Lothlorien.
Shut up.
Lothlorien.
Whatever.
I know everything.
They don't. You really don't.
Yeah, so, a couple of things happened. One, you roll a natural 1 on a magic effect.
Mm-hmm.
For the rest of the day, the hand you cast Firebolt out of looks scarred and singed.
Yeah, it's going my bruised ankle.
Secondly, the trees you are trying to desperately miss to not start a forest fire, one of them, and it's been pretty dry the last couple of days as well, does catch fire.
Only you can stop forest fires.
Unfortunately, there's no werebear around.
Okay.
Anybody got control weather or something can make it rain?
No, I'm more of a. I don't even know what I do.
Can I just
Contact
cast
druid.
Ray of Frost on the affected tree?
Tactical
or
can
area?
Yep. Roll a D20
Just like you
for me.
bolt down doors.
Straight.
13.
13.
Flashbang.
Yeah, it's fine. You manage. You kind of see it happen. You kind of look at your hand like, okay, that hurts a little bit, and then you look up and you just start seeing the tree start catching on fire. You're like, oh no!
We ain't
Ray of
doing this
Frost, freezing, and
I
now
just singed
Now all
it.
the trees die from early winter. Oh.
It's the
The entire rest of the day, Spring is giving her that very particular feline look of, you didn't feed me fast enough, fucker.
Yeah, but to be fair, the ice would have melted and I've watered the trees.
so
That's how
let's see.
plants
So
work.
let's see how it works. Lisabel's pissed off at Elle, and Spring's pissed off at Lisa.
So we just have these mates pissed off at Spring and you pissed off at Click and Click pissed off at...
And I'm still pissed off a clip for lighting my beard this morning.
There you go.
Well, that was yesterday morning,
Yeah, no, but.
and he's still pissed off at you about putting the fucking hamster
Okay, so
noises.
let's go
next to
pissed off
his
each other,
ear.
so you just be pissed off at Spring.
Yeah.
I think we just need to go get ourselves some group
In fact,
therapy.
suddenly out of nowhere, your mossy beard starts to move randomly on its own.
That's not normal. That's not unnormal.
No. It moves in a completely different way that is absolutely abnormal.
Customary normal, like so something else has moved in for once.
And then
Oh, wow.
a weird smell starts to permeate from it.
Good kind of weird.
Mum, we get that checked.
It smells like... It literally smells like several different animals decided to use that exact spot and all decided to claim their territory.
So
Have I
basically,
got a
the
nest?
alleyway next to Flex.
I've got a nest.
Something like that. And you eventually just hear Click laughing after you start noticing the smell as he used thaumaturgy.
Okay. I was gonna say it because he actually put some gerbils in my tonight.
Where's he gonna find gerbils in the freaking
He's
forest?
resourceful. I don't know. So I've got-
Just to fuck with Belle.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh,
I
okay.
love this.
I'm going to use sleight of hand to put 400 gold back in the pouch that it's meant to be missing from. I didn't take it in the first place.
I know
just
you
fucking
didn't.
with you.
Yep, okay.
31.
I mean, bear in
Roll
mind,
a
she's
perception.
not going to actually count it again after she knows 400 is missing.
Oh, you don't think she's going to count it again?
Yeah, I rolled shit.
Yep, you have no
Congratulations,
idea.
You've got 400 gold.
Right. So I can put 400 back into that then, yeah?
Nope.
Now you've lost 400 gold.
It's alright, it's gone back to the bank of Mum. Means that Mum has to ration it out again.
When do you think I'm going to need the Bank of Mum next?
Well, then Mum meant Bell about the rest of
Sure, it's a good one. I'm giving the kids their pocket money.
Oh, for the bank of Dad, got you.
You're like the cool parent, aren't you? That's what that is.
Oh,
Mum's
did
the
Mum not
strict
give you her
one.
an answer again? Here you go. Don't tell anything
Don't
about
tell
it.
your mum.
We'll clamber back onto the carriage. Who's going to be driving?
Excuse me, cart. Hey, don't you dare, that was you. That was all on you. You made it so goddamn clear that we did not have a carriage.
No, but then it had been made clear that you had a carriage because someone has fabricate.
No, you put roof. Oh, I don't know. What?
I don't know anymore. I don't. I really don't.
Okay, it's a cartridge. There you go.
Cartridge.
Yeah.
You happy?
Keep away from a printer.
I'm waiting for a pear tree joke now.
Carriage clock.
Made of a pear tree. There it is.
Oh dear.
I'll fucking drive.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, we'll do full overall group perception check as well. Better.
24.
That's 25.
17.
Mine is 19.
You're asleep again.
You? No. She, when she thought she had a chance and I was looking, snuck the book back out
Yeah.
again and started reading it, picking up the same spot where a slight bit of drool is. Because I'm sure we all have done that, fallen asleep in a book, and suddenly there's a slight bit
The book of counting sheep.
Yeah, I lost count how many times I did that in upper school.
Yes. Yes. Again, another day, thankfully unimpeded as well. You
By
get
each other, by everything else, not us. For sure.
yeah. You like to cause such a commotion against each other that everyone else, that any creature that might come there like that.
No.
If we're gonna be late, it's because of
That
us.
evening, while Spring's making dinner, he's just like catching the belt. By the way, how much money do you have left at the moment? Do you think you should double check again, just in case we need any expenses or anything we need to pick up in Trollvista? That might help us.
Make a
No.
persuasion check.
Make a bullshit.
No. Yeah, no. This would be persuasion, not deception. Yeah.
Not actually deceiving her at all. 19?
19. Lisa, you'll make an insight check. You are just. You look at him for a minute, and you're just like,
Big, white,
About-
innocent cat eyes.
about 3-4 minutes pass, and you're just like, and the tick starts to appear in the back, and you're like, no, I gotta recount this now. And you spend the next hour counting out the gold, and some of that 400 gold that was missing is suddenly there again. Now roll a deception check.
Just cooking, don't know what you're on about. 24.
Insight, yeah.
Sneaky bastard.
Oh! Fucking cocks! You cunt! You got a natural 20!
As cops, you could roll that.
Oh.
What was it?
I'm not even going to grace it with an answer.
You successfully gaslighted.
You finish counting, and you are confused as living fuck. You look up at Spring, and you're just like, how? And you have no idea. Like somehow he knew you might have. You're now led to believe that you have genuinely miscounted, and that 400 gold just tucked away in some secret pocket that you didn't realize was in the pouch.
Spring's whistling a folk song about a bad money lender. Who gets their pockets in the end.
Because if I had got a natural 20, I would have actually beaten his deception.
You're just kind of sitting there, and you're just puzzled, like.
I'm just going to go back into my corner and just...
I mean, you're suddenly really happy that you don't have to worry about taxes right now.
Oh, I've got to do my tax return again now.
Don't have enough trouble with that as it is.
That's giving me PTSD at the moment.
Yes. Yes. You're trying to figure out how you started the day off, 400 gold down, and how you now... It's basically Matt Newton from the McDonald's situation.
Just counting them constantly. Like, how the fuck did I do this?
Everything okay though?
Yeah.
Fellas, everything okay?
Hey,
Yeah.
we're missing gold.
Oh.
Out loud to everybody. At the end of the night. Oh, that gold? What the fuck?
Leave me alone, Gary.
So you burnt that tree down for
She
nothing.
turns into like an hey, it didn't burn down, it just got singed.
You just got singed.
Come towards...
Yeah, we're still not good about that.
Yeah. Come towards the end of the day, and you can now start to see some of the higher buildings and the high walls of Trollvista. Almost bamboo-colored, wooden, kind of weirdly stone-like walls. You can see parapets at the top, and you can see like tiny little figures seem to be moving about them. Too far away to make out what they might be at this point. You can see far off on your left side the upper points of the high area, or the high tusk area, which is, you gather, where the royal family would be. You can see the actual palace of the royal family right at the top of what looks like a bit of a hill to overlook the kingdom of Trollvista. Any questions?
Are the tiny little figures actually tiny little figures, or are they just far away?
Just far away.
Okay.
It's just a toy.
Yeah, you can see some of the other kind of towers splaying out, and you can even see... Well, no, you actually wouldn't be able to see that far because there's the other end of the mountain that you guys have been in, come down the other side. The wall seems to come up to it, and you can see a little bit turning around, and it's actually built around the mountain. The trolls generally fear that people could come down the mountain into their city if they did not wall it off completely as much as they could.
I can believe that.
You got one more night before you can... Because even you all know, like, a bunch of people entering a city where none of you are native at night or even at the beginning of the evening is not the world's smartest idea.
No.
So, dinner is had, more practice is done. If anything, is there anything anyone wants to do before getting into the city proper?
I suggest counting your money again to be
I
sure
want
you've
to
got the
hide
right
my books.
You
Hide my books. Someone hide the books.
hand the stack of books over, and they're put into the bag holding with all the other books.
Yeah. The portable library.
Hello.
But who is going to take this first
I'll
watch?
take the damn first watch. I've got no books in my hand, so this is fine.
That's just
Ooh dear.
contemplating everyone's demise.
Burn 8.
An 8. It's not a natural 1 though, is it?
No, it's a 3.
Okay. Natural 1 would be a disaster then, but no.
Immediately captured. Captured and killed.
Now, you lean up against, it's a nice kind of tree to lean up against, try to just keep an eye out. for everything. And as you do, and you're a druid, you're a nature cleric, and you get kind of fascinated with the odd sounds and everything going on about the edge of this forest for you, and your mind gets out of the way.
I'm listening to the sounds of the forest.
Yeah, pretty much.
And then
You don't.
Fucking professionals here.
heroes of the realm, but
Yep.
we cannot fucking stay up.
Nope. Oh, a
Past our
Constitution
bedtime
check.
now.
Getting old.
Yep.
So check or save.
Check.
That's 16.
16. No. You can feel the sense of tiredness trying to hit you, but it's like, no, I'm watching while you're still just absently enjoying the sounds of nature. Like, it seems that any predatory beasts probably aren't going this close to a walled city on the edge of a forest. So you feel somewhat safe from any major predators.
I'll piss myself laughing if there's another 400 gold missing in the morning.
Who it will take second watch.
I'll take it. Redeem myself.
We all look at you.
No, I promise.
Flake, how do you wake Ellen up for her watch?
No troubles.
I check the books first.
Well, you did notice that she gave her books to
Yeah, but maybe she's
Isabel
got
in
like a
spring.
secret book.
Secret pocket.
Like the tiniest book ever.
Yeah, one of those little like read the tiny little.
Magnifying glass.
Pocket copy
The
of, like,
only-
Sun Tzu.
We'll save her all for it, but the only book you'll find her is her actual spell book, which you kind of open up and you're like, nothing of it makes sense. You have
I'm
no
probably
idea.
not going to attempt to read this. Okay, I just poke you in the face. Wake
You,
up!
you suddenly feel like a giant finger.
This is probably not the size of your face.
It's not that small.
No, but chunky fun, chunky.
Yeah.
Just my indicators.
Yeah, just a chunky, just like finger with a fair bit of like heft behind it.
It's about that size.
Think like
Right in the face
just
by
like
a sausage roll.
Shrek.
I'll
Shrek
just
pokes you
jump
in the
and
face.
I get poked in the face by a Greek sausage roll.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You wake up.
It's watch time. Don't fall asleep.
Yeah.
Which is what I'm gonna do right now.
As he walks over, cling!
Just falls on the floor. Good night, world.
Instant snoring.
Wakes everybody up.
A bit. It's that scene from Kung Fu Panda 3 when Po just goes back to sleep and he's like.
Not seen
They're
it,
dropping
but fair
films
enough.
now, are we?
Good wig reference. Perception check.
No, for a second.
Oh dear.
Come on. Are you kidding? 6.
Better than a natural one.
You wrote your own book on a leaf and then
You
Start reading the spell book.
you
cast
who
sleep on
grew
yourself
up
by accident. Oh, no.
Whoops.
You who grew up in a floating city with fellow Aerogenasi, you have traveled this world somewhat, but mainly to cities and towns, and not spent much time out in the wilderness, except for amongst this lot of people. And
Miscreants.
you're now only starting to get used to these isles and the kind of tropical nature there is. And just like Flake here, you kind of get lost in the sounds of nature as they happen all around you. And it's like, oh, I wonder what bird that is. Oh, I wonder what's making that noise. No,
Well, that one's kind of restful.
About 2 hours later, Lisabel comes out of her meditative trance. This time you come out and Ellen is awake, watching,
I did
guard.
Hey, who's else taking the next watch anyway?
You're doing meditative,
I
aren't
might
you?
have been sleeping.
Are you sleeping? No.
She would lower herself to such a
No, I've got no
form of
wife to sleep
restoration.
with anymore. Sad times.
Yes.
The fuck? Do you need to go to jail too?
Is that one?
No,
I
it's
think
not.
all
Fair
mine
enough.
do.
Did you know? You
No
fuckwit.
dice left.
That's a 9.
It's a 9.
Wow.
Apparently, being at this point, there's a lot of like birds and different wildlife all just attracted to this point of the forest at this particular night, as you're all trying to keep an eye on everything around you.
Getting the reserve.
Four
dice.
dice. Wow. That's bad.
That bad, holy shit.
You two can You can say as well. You two fuck off. Anyway.
But 4 more hours pass. Spring and Click wake up.
Hello.
Hi.
And you guys wake up, and Lisa's just like absently listening to the world wake up around her now.
It's pretty, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's genuinely, I mean, as much as it's been an uneventful night, nothing kind of happened, it's pretty calming actually, listening to all this.
One of us did.
Go to sleep for a few more hours.
Only a 19 on the breakfast this morning.
No.
It's been 20 all week, so 19 just like, what is this?
It's awful. Too much salt.
It's still good, it's still substantial, it's still better than probably some breakfast you've had before Spring joined the party.
Yeah,
We're just eating like fucking Little Chef where we can find all the way.
Oh, it's probably
all the
good.
delicacies.
That-
Jerky.
Yeah. It was probably during that time. It was probably a lot more rations and whatever you can wrestle from a particular dwarf.
Oh, God.
Yeah, beef jerky was his friend.
Yeah,
Dwarf wrestling for breakfast, not good.
but yeah,
I found berries.
yeah. 2 more hours later, and the other 2 party members
Sleeping
wake
Beauty.
up.
Sleeping Beauty
As well?
and Flake.
He's beautiful in his own way.
Inside.
So
Actually, no.
Sleeping
to be honest,
Beauty and Sleeping
inside's
Mossy.
Fucking nightmare. Hellish, the hellscape in there.
Oh dear.
Yeah, we've been in your dreams, so yeah, we know.
That was a good day.
No.
There's going to be a part 2 at some point. Don't you worry.
Major's concern.
Okay.
Let's get this fucking
Let's go.
shit done with.
You guys know with this close wall, you're probably about another hour, maybe 2 hours at most from the wall, where the wall is. The gate's probably a little bit further along if you guys wish to try and get through the gates on that kind of terms, or if you can try and find a way to sneak in.
Do we have any
Sneaking
reason
in.
to sneak in?
Sneaking in would require you to let loose the horses and the makeshift cart carriage.
No, I mean, like, do we have a reason to sneak in?
Not
Well,
necessarily.
Like, can we
But
just
it's
walk
a-
in the front
but,
gate like
I mean,
normal
you can.
people for once?
You can, but you have to think is you are 5
heavily armed individuals.
heavy armed individuals,
Very
all
weird.
different
Rohan
races.
has just been freed
Yep.
from tyranny by someone who's related in terms of rulership to the trolls and is working on their behalf. Our descriptions may have been circulated.
I'd just like to say something. Heavily armed can easily just chuck everything into the bag for you. Just for the moment.
The very idea of walking amongst trolls unarmed makes Spring's hackles rise.
You be hidden daggers.
No, he could. But he's still in plate mill, so is he.
So sneaky now with my...
Protection.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys know that you can go into any kind of city like that armed up, as long as there's a reason. They're not going to question why you're armed up. They might ask to be searched
Why
or
we're
anything
there.
like that. Why you're coming into the city or things like
Well,
that.
we're meeting someone, aren't we?
Do we know that have you told us about your...
Well, you 2 have met Whiskers before.
But I don't know whether you would have said something, I don't know.
If we say we're meeting someone, they're going to ask who, and we need to come up with an alibi on someone other than Whiskers, because I don't think he's the sort of person they want us to be meeting.
I mean, I can play the royalty card.
I mean, that's probably our strongest card.
Request the audience with the Troll King.
Your passive perception. You know, as this kind of conversation is going on, and you guys kind of move the cart along, you can see where the gate is. You're at that point where you can see the gate now.
Always stopped. Always stopped.
Yeah. That's
Outright,
at the point you stop. You can see the gate now. You're still within the forest bit, so you're still not seen by the. Yeah, no, you're not seen by the guards.
God damn it.
just
Roll with me.
not seen by the guards. So you still have options. So you have time still to decide. Your passive perception. You kind of look over, kind of commenting on how the best option at the minute is Lee Spell's royalty. You kind of look up and you see flying about 100 feet up in the air, and you can only notice how good your passive perception is generally. You do see what looks like a hawk of some kind flying. As you're kind of looking at it a bit closer, as it kind of gets closer, and it starts to...
Oh dear.
Get some
That's a
stats
good
up.
point. When was the last time you rolled for your obsession?
I'm not rolling on 20 because he's rather focused at the moment.
Yeah.
So you're just good.
Yeah.
You're just good.
Just good.
Okay.
Once he's not dealing with his own backstory. And
Second
just
you get off,
related
you've
to
got
his
that.
people.
Yeah.
You're gonna play catch up with that.
Yeah.
10 at once.
3 obsessions a day.
Oh god.
Oh, wow, you rolled a well on that one, yeah.
Oh.
So as you're kind of looking up and you notice this hawk, you kind of notice that hawk, as soon as you, not barely a split second happens after you notice this hawk, when it kind of stops, it starts making a bit of a dive down. As it's dived down and closer, you can kind of see it's not the normal like dark brown colors of hawks that you kind of know of the area, but it's more of a black and gray coloration to it. As it's diving down, when it's about still 30-40 feet in the air above the parapets of the walls, it kind of swoops down over the walls, past you guys, and lands on the branch behind you.
Okay.
Okay.
Who are you?
Wow, I can't believe you've forgotten my familiar at this point.
Oh, fuck me, hello.
The hawk flies kind of down, and coming out of it, and a voice you two do recognize, Whiskers Horizon. Spring's old friend, the one you rescued back from Castle Bardoon, and the vampire.
Hey, dickhead.
Alright, cut.
Not bad. How's it going?
No, well, not too bad at the minute. Just, waiting for you guys. I didn't expect you to be here this quickly, but impressed. How are you guys getting in? Are you sneaking in, or are you
We're
going
either
to...
going to pull the royal card or I'm going to go over the wall and leave these guys to it. I don't know. I'm getting bored at the moment.
What are your options on
Royalty?
royalty?
Yo. Or we try and sneak in, but look at these two.
I can wear my fancy clothes and pretend to be like entourage.
Envoy.
Envoy.
Yeah.
Muscle.
The bird folk can hide away easily, and the kind of the hawk hops around, looks at you like, no.
Just no.
The front gate will be your best option. Royalty is an option. There's not a lot of other options I can think of straight off the top of my head.
Yeah, we walk in highway, kill the king, not really a good one.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that out loud. And it's a little bit more complicated than that. Once you get to the tavern, I'll explain everything. Don't worry.
Okay.
Not trying to speak through my familiar isn't the easiest thing, and
Forgotten Tavern, yeah?
yes, that's the one. Forgotten Tavern.
I
Royalty might best. Saying you're meeting somebody. Oh wait a minute, and come here. They can say they're meeting you, and you kind of don't hear this other side of the conversation, and it's like, yeah, that'll work. They can be supporters of yours, yeah, or fans, yeah, that'll work. Yes. When you get to the gate, say you are here. Find the fucking cheats. Say you're here to meet Phaelus.
Phaelus.
Yep, Pheylyxs.
Felix.
Phaelix.
As in, like, not Whiskers cat food, Felix.
Bit of a
We just call it
tuxedo
druggies.
tabaxi.
Oh, wait till you meet this guy. yeah. And he's
Does that ring any bells?
roll a history check.
23.
23. Takes you a moment. And the way it's more pronounced or more written, as you kind of think like I'm sure I've seen something like that before. The only kind of known link you have with it is someone known as the Breaker of Chains. Someone who's known to go around and free enslaved groups or kind of break tyranny down. Not much is known about him. He likes to keep it quiet among certain circles so his name doesn't get out too much in case people figure out who he is. And if he suddenly appears in a city or town, like, oh yeah, we know who you are, and we know why you're here. You're coming with us, kind of thing.
Right.
So you kind of you know it's linked with someone known as the Chainbreaker, but that's about it.
Right.
Yeah. Say you're with Felix, and they should let you in. I mean, considering the fact that it'll be, well, okay. Some more stuff I'll explain when you get here. It's.
Does he have a surname I could give at the gate?
Oh, don't worry, no. That Felix will work just fine.
Okay.
Trust me.
Okay.
I mean, there was one other idea I came up with while you were all talking.
All right.
Burn the whole place down. That's the only way you can do
I mean,
Sorry. Try until you're about ready to attack, try to avoid using any form of fire. There's like it's.
Oh yeah.
It's actually.
I mean,
I'm actually
we
impressed.
have a fabricator that could possibly make a door in the wall.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, she studied carpentry at college. Might take a couple of days, but
It's
probably
possible.
take a while.
It's possible. We also don't know how thick those
Yeah.
walls are.
I
as
mean, it
well.
could be like double wall.
Oh, he's it.
I mean, to understand is you are coming up to a troll king who is immensely paranoid about his own death, has killed 3 of his own sons, sent another one off.
An idea.
Yeah. So you kind of as you're kind of saying this idea, you kind of realize like, oh yeah, the walls might be pretty fucking thick actually.
Tunnel.
Possibly water.
Spoon.
Reverse Shawshank Redemption style.
Yeah. Break it into this prison.
Then you put all the dirt in your trousers so you
I
can
put a
scatter
poster
around
in
the
the hole. There
exercise
we
joint later. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. I gotta. Yeah.
But yeah, we'll go for the front door.
Yeah.
Let's see at the top of the wall again.
Fearless, as you kind of get in, as you get into the gate, on your left, and keep going, just keep going left, that direction.
Okay.
You'll eventually see the tavern, don't worry.
Alright.
And I will see you guys probably in the better part of a couple of hours.
Okay.
See ya. And the woof bird vanishes.
Magic.
No shit.
All birds do that?
No.
No, you can't do that to click.
Crude, you should know this. What? Okay. Oh, God.
So,
Every day I ask myself.
So we're just walking in, not using fake names or anything?
it's walking.
Okay.
you all get back on the cart, carry on through, and about...
If you're pulling the royalty card, you ain't driving.
I wasn't anyway.
Good.
Well, who's going to take the lead on this?
I'll drive.
Okay, just whilst we're on the fabrication bit, we need to make the cart look a little bit more fancy. If we're putting the royalty card.
Cart with a roof on
The
it.
one time
So
we don't
which-
have a carriage.
Where are you going? You have the using Phaelus name.
Let's
Get you
try
in.
the royalty route, and if that doesn't work, disguise self.
Yeah.
And try again.
Different member of royalty. Try it.
Alright, cool. Head up to the cart. You can do that. You can use minor...
You say the royalty here to see Phaelus.
Yeah.
You can use different points of minor illusion or major illusions, if anyone has those spells, to make the cart look nicer as well.
Marla's got the ability to change appearance, hasn't it?
Sorry?
I'm fairly
Well,
certain
it'll
you
be
might.
Yeah, minor.
Yeah. I'm going to make it
Actually,
look more
might
like
have major as well.
courtly, some sort of courtly assistant or whatever kind of attendant
Mm-hmm.
clothing, as if I'm like
No.
No, just
Yep.
minor.
Bells.
Your whole kind
Hands
of,
over.
thing changes. Yep, you definitely look a lot more... You still have your tabaxi look, but you look a lot more like you grew up in an elven city over a tabaxi town kind of thing. So it's a lot more regal and a lot more to Lisabel and Lisabel's family color schemes of the green and violets.
it really doesn't go with my fur, but you know.
Before we get there, Belle quickly reaches into her bag and pulls out the fancy dress.
What, the clown outfit? What do you mean
Yes.
fancy dress?
No, we were talking about the embroidered
fancy
dress.
dress.
The fancy
Not
dress.
fancy dress.
And quickly just shoves it all
The
over
dress-
top
the
of
dress-
the
I'll
clothes
get
she's
out. I'll
wearing.
get out the fancy robes as well. That's the one with like the least amount of holes in.
Only
Yep.
2 stains.
Only 2 stains on this one.
Yeah, but you and kind of Click are still just kind of in there, both kind of more presenting off your armor.
Shine my
As
armor
well.
and everything.
Yeah,
Yep.
with the dress, it can kind of go over what I'm already wearing.
Yeah.
So the corset looks like it should be part of it.
It's all good.
Anything you're doing, Owen, to kind of...
Conceal everything.
Really have
You're
I
on
just
fancy
straighten
cart
up
duty.
the clothes that I'm
Yeah,
wearing.
smooth down, try to look a bit more. Probably going from more of almost a regal look to.
She is my personal spellcaster. Even though I'm a sorcerer.
Yeah.
Well, that's it. They
You
might
like
not
a spell,
they may
like a
not-
like a
People
golf
get
caddy,
into
but for
things
spells.
unless people do for themselves.
Just hand her the books. I'll take the fireball
them
spell,
out.
please.
Components.
When you're ready.
Components.
Ward.
So you guys, you have about 45 minutes between getting everything onto the cart and sorting the cart out, and then getting things. So in that time, you all manage to kind of scrub up, flatten down, or
Scrub up, eh?
push up whatever needs to be done.
Yeah.
Done.
Please push up anymore.
And so by the time you get there, and you see definitely a weird sight for you. It is not just trolls who are manning the walls. There's a decent handful of lizard folk as well. So you definitely know, immediately it strikes you as off, because you know that these two races, as far as you can remember, have been warring with each other consistently.
What?
And you definitely can see that the lizard folk are more under the thumb of the trolls. As are 3 lizard folk guardsmen, all with spears guarding, and 2 trolls at the gate. As you kind of walk up, 2 lizard men kind of put their spears out in front of the gate, stopping the horses, and when the trolls are, alright. Let's be all your business coming here then. Who wants to...
We have
hang on.
here Mistress Elizabeth Llewellyn of the House of Llewellyn here on a visit. It's been far too long since a representative of the house has been to Trollvista to see how things are going and to possibly establish diplomatic relations. The world changes after all,
We have
and we must change with it.
We have not received, at least I don't know of any received letters or words of any royalty. The Velen?
She prefers to travel incognito so that she may see the lay of the land before she makes herself known.
What he said.
Wait here for 1 second. He kind of wanders off, and you can see like a little. He goes off into a little room where you can kind of still peer out and see it, you guys.
Just sat there regal.
Yeah, and you kind of see him turn around and yeah, you make a perception check, Spring.
Perception, eh?
But I was just literally sat in the carriage like...
21. You kind of look over and you, as you're kind of watching. As you're watching this troll kind of head in, you can see he starts kind of talking to somebody. Looks like there might be another guard in there. And eventually, after about 4 or 5 minutes of this kind of talking, he goes out, okay. Right, we know this Llewellyn. The Llewellyn family up north from Clover Drift and ways. What particularly, may I ask, brings Llewellyn, one of the Llewellyns down here? And obviously, you know the carts and everything's going to have to be searched before... Just for contraband.
Did you not hear what I said? Are you just ungodly?
I am confirming your story.
That we're here to try and establish diplomatic relations because it's been far too long since the Llewellyn family came to Trollvista and the world is changing. So perhaps relationships need to change too. Do I need to give you this spelled out into smaller words for you, or can you cope?
I can cope.
Splendid!
I just want to
Begin to do
understand.
so then, thank you.
I would just like to understand why Llewellyn is coming down here when we had no past dealings with any wood elves up north of anywhere else.
Because the world is changing.
Yes, you've said that twice
Belle
now.
whips out a fan to kind of mask her laughter.
You have said that twice now. I
The world's
understand.
having this
The world is
we've
changing.
got no chance.
Yes, okay, 3 times now then. Yes, the world is changing. Beyond...
Is there not a reason for me to visit? Can I not establish my own diplomatic relations? I don't know why I just went
I
on
do
a
not
voice.
It's like,
If I ask, Madame Llewellyn, how long have you been here in the 20 Big Isles so far?
Long enough. I'm literally going with this voice to try
if
and...
you've committed now, you can't change your
Right,
voice in the
that's
middle of it.
Yep.
Then, are you not aware then that not about 4 or 5 days ago, a town 3 days south from here, the direction you lot have just seemed to have traveled from, has just had a little bit of an uprising. Now, we had an ally, albeit a scummy ally, who seems to have fallen and we haven't had any news about it. So we are wanting to make sure that there's no ill will or intent, or you mean no ill will once you pass these walls.
I can assure you. She's literally doing this to disguise her voice because she doesn't want this all come back to her. That's not our intention. We are here on diplomatic relations only. I wish to open the channels between my country and yours.
Make a deception check.
Are you setting her up, give her advantage or inspiration?
No, because you can try to give her bardic inspiration. In fact, actually, you can have a bardic inspiration from his bit beforehand, which is a D.
I'm trying to remember where the fuck it is.
D6.
I think it's still D6. Yes, D6.
Yeah.
Can have a bonus
So you can-
D6.
Yeah, so you get a D6 added to that roll.
Okay.
I don't
21?
You literally just
A
dropped
21.
That literally just knocked it over.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I'm just trying to make it pretty sound like the sort of courtier dickhead who thinks everyone's below his pay grade.
Yeah.
Because it's vaguely associated with royalty, everyone lives in 40%.
Therefore, I am therefore superior to everybody.
Alright, Karen, calm down. Let me speak to your manager.
I want to speak to your manager
I demand to
now.
speak to your manager, and I demand to speak to your manager now.
Alright.
Down with speaking to lackeys.
Okay then. You're here on a diplomatic mission to spread and view
Hold
ties.
on.
You will understand that regardless, we do have to search the carriage to make sure you're not bringing through any contraband.
Of course.
Am I contraband?
Okay. One of your
I'm covered in
One of
contraband.
your guards or assistants may stay within the carriage. The rest of you must ask to step out, please.
I would stay with your positions, maybe.
Thank you.
Am I getting out the carriage?
Yes, you are getting out the carriage.
Okay.
So everyone, you guys get out of the carriage, and he's like taking the troll and the other guards are all kind of taking a little bit aback at the cacophony of other. Like they can understand you probably having a tabaxi servant on the 20 Peak Isles. That's how he's seen it.
Yeah.
You have to remember that's how he's seen. This is how he's seen
Means it's
the
working.
whole situation. Because like,
Yeah.
okay,
Yes,
yes, you have.
spellcaster.
Yep. Well, that's in.
My muscle.
What this troll has seen is you, regal as hell, walking out of the coming out
Fall out the back
of the carriage,
Alright.
followed by a half giant of a man in full plate armor and slightly holed robes with
Yeah.
a mossy beard and
Uh-huh.
afro.
Damn right.
A raven folk person about half the size of the half giant in platinum plate armor with a long sword and a pike on his back.
Hey, we did both.
And an air genasi, a very obscure race, especially here in the 20 Peak Isles, dressed in conjuration robes.
Well, considering they didn't know about elves.
Well, no, he knew about elves. He just
I know.
didn't. Yeah, and he's like,
We don't get many of you folk round here.
okay. And he kind of turns over, and you're no one else. You're the only one who speaks giant, aren't you?
Yes.
He kind of turns around and in giant says, "Alright, so it's top to bottom. Something's all weird." And you see the other troll kind of poke with the sharp end of his spear one of the lizard folk in front of him. There's like, and the lizard folk kind of runs in with the troll who'd questioned you all into the carriage, just kind of going through it, checking to see if there's any like hidden compartments and.
Yeah, there's probably lots of those.
That's why the bag of holding is still
Yeah.
We haven't
strapped
had
to
them for
my
that long.
waist under the dress.
There's one strapped to the bottom of the car.
My gears.
All the,
Huh?
all the cracks on the bottom of the car.
About a good solid 8 minutes
Come on.
Pass.
What seems to be doing?
before they kind of come for the lizard person and the troll guard come out. All right.
We found
Okay.
4 wraps of suspicious white powder.
Shit, you found my stash.
Right, you got to go into the side room. Okay, Charles. He's got gloves on.
But it's a troll.
Okay.
We called him tiny, but it just means it's like.
Trust me, okay. You see the size of his hands? Fucking hell. The warts on him. You're for a bad time.
His nails this morning. Oh.
Okay. And
Oh, we've run out of gloves too. Fuck.
Okay, I've definitely deemed that we are not carrying any contraband from any other place or outside that would be considered illegal within the city walls. You may get back into your carriage and welcome to Trollvista. And in giant, he says, open the gates. And giant
Thank you very much.
behind, as the gates, as first set of gates seem to open that way to a second set of gates to a portcullis that opens up. It's like this, the walls of the city seem to be about a good 20 foot.
Yeah, I don't want
You
to.
would not want to fabricate a door through that.
Maybe just like knock a little bit.
Now we know.
But you guys have managed to get into Trollvista. You get in paved roads of rocky but still sand-like texture along the entirety area. Going in, turning the horses left, to which you kind of, again, your passive perception, Spring, you kind of hear one of the troll guards go, and just it was like an off-passing comment, like you're not, like, why are you turning left straight away? Like, there's something better up straight away. And as you come to, you can see the, as you kind of come in, the first major thing you see right in front of you before you guys turn immediately left is the start of what looks like some grand coliseum or gladiatorial ring of some sorts.
Well,
But then
seem like going incognito.
you go in and turn straight left. Following all the way down, you end up going all the way down. You keep an eye out, and all the buildings are on your right. You have the high, about 20-25 foot wall on your left, and buildings, mainly housing and homes and apartments on that side as you grow up. And you're something like, I mean, it was left. Whiskers said left, didn't he? You've not come across the tavern yet. About 45, about 45, 50 minutes later, and you're now coming up to the edge of the wall to the high top area, where you can just see the mountain, not the mountain, the hill rising up, and all the different lavish homes, barracks, guard towers, and palace of the royal family, and all those higher up monarchs within the area. Come on, and another kind of small guard tower there. So eventually you look to the right, and just hanging there, like on very loose, almost about to break if the strong enough wind, chains, you see a sign slightly flapping in the very low wind, the Forgotten Tavern.
Seems about right.
And so it looks like a small dive bar.
Hey.
Fit right in then.
Find somewhere to
Motorhead's on the jukebox. It's good.
find somewhere to hitch the horses up, get all personal belongings you can, and you guys head in. And when I say dive bar, like, it's empty.
It's got a
It
swimming
is
pool.
It is mostly empty. There's probably a reason why this is called the Forgotten Tavern. Like,
It's quite literally.
Forgotten.
Goes here, yeah.
There's nobody
Yeah.
in there at all.
Does anyone even work here?
Yeah.
Hold it up.
No,
You see a
it's Whisker's house, really.
Which everybody asks us why we're here, because we can hide the whole place out for you.
you kind of walk in. There's a turtle behind the bar, very deep green, definitely getting later on into his years. As he kind of just looks up, it's like,
What's up, dude?
What colour's his headband?
sorry.
What colour's his headband?
Blue, obviously. Blue, obviously.
He kind of just sat at the bar, like a pint of something there, an open book that he seems to be reading.
Oh, maybe purple.
Is he
A
asleep?
pint of something. That's never a good sign. It's a pint of something.
Yeah.
Well, that's
It's
like, you just can't tell.
definitely
It's just like in a wooden tank,
Okay,
so you can't
cool,
actually
right.
see what's in it. Is why. It's like they're not glasses, kind of thing.
Can't afford
He kind of looks up,
Just wood.
like, some more gas, yes. Sit where you like, and you have a right to come to the bar and order a drink. Yeah.
Is actually anybody else in here at all?
I knew that. It's like this is like the first main thing you've noticed as he kind of noticed you guys and immediately takes your attention by calling you guys. You see, like I said, place is mostly empty. except for in one corner, the more darkened corner. And this is kind of where you realize, like, the windows are blacked out. No actual light is coming in. But there are some sconces on the wall, not with fire, but what looks like a yellowish light seemed to come through them. You guys can understand it. And by yellow, I mean that kind of yellow of a light. And you notice under each of these sconces is looks like a blue sapphire gem with an electrical charge running through it.
Ooh.
Oh, it's got electricity, oh.
Mm-hmm.
No fire is the point.
Yeah.
I
do not like fire.
The turtle kind of finished that, kind of like goes back to reading his book, waiting for you guys to come up to talk to him. When you look over in the corner, and you're like, well, it's about time. As you see about 4 figures standing in the corner, and the main one you can see prominently is Whiskers sitting down, looking over what looks like a map on the table.
Casually giving the bird and go order food, drinks, and rooms. That's more important than him.
It's like, yeah.
We need rooms for a few days and food and drink.
Rooms can do. We got plenty of rooms. No one really ever.
Oh, and there's a horse and cart too.
That
No on street parking, mate. You got used to
that will be fine. Just leave that alone. I'll get my boy to sort that out.
Okay. You're making me very sleepy.
I'm getting
reading here.
It's like the sloth from Zootopia. The entire day's gone past trying to get the sentence out.
Anything else I can help you with?
A price for all of the above so I can pay you, good man, would be good.
Anything else you want to add to that? You just asked for rooms and the
Rooms,
horse.
food, drink.
What food, drink do you want?
Discrepancy.
What have you got? I see no menu. I mean, we need wine, we need beer, we need water for the bird. Just meat, vegetables, bread, cheese, you know?
That won't be a problem. That'll come to about, I'll told. How
For like a week.
For a week. That'll come to about 15 gold for the week.
Each?
All together.
15.
Okay, yeah, fine, cool.
Fuck yeah.
And it kind of lights up a bit more. It's like,
Exchange rates. Like
like
crazy.
you immediately get this sense of, and you get this familiar sense of, like, oh, okay, yeah. He has no real idea of what price is because they're probably.
I've given him 20.
20, like, and he kind of
Okay.
and he kind of like takes. You can see him take 5 of the gold pieces and kind of tuck them somewhere within his shell, like any extra he's trying to hide, kind of thing. You get that exact same familiar sense of what it was like when Harold Doppler first became magistrate and taxes started going up rapidly.
Okay.
But yep, you guys.
Be good?
Yep.
Yeah.
You basically more or less in the minute have the run of the tavern for a week.
Nice.
Nice.
Fuckwit.
What about fucking time?
What? You didn't give me a fucking appointment? What the fuck's the problem?
Well, I mean, it's you. I assumed you'd be here quicker than that.
Yeah.
What? How many dead trolls are there?
None.
What?
In this town, not many.
No, not in this town, none yet.
Oh, okay. Well, so you can get in someone without cutting someone's throat. Cool. Fuck you.
I've sneaked into better places than you've ever even thought of sneaking into, you little shit.
Oh yeah.
Don't forget who can turn you into a worm for an hour just for fun.
Get fucked.
Children.
It kind of gives up.
And then
the embraces you.
This is Whiskers, he's a complete twat.
We've met.
This is Flake, this is...
Yeah, I remember Flake
we've
and
got
Lisa.
Eowyn as well. Eowyn's new.
Nice to meet you.
And
I am Whiskers, and you see, standing there, notes out.
I don't know who these others are.
So you see standing there, Whiskers.
He said there are 3 or 4 of them in the corner.
Yeah, there's about 4 figures standing in the corner, yeah. And you see, there's another reason why he's called Whiskers. His whiskers, as a Tabaxi, are the most prominent thing on him. Like, they are thick. You see standing there
Anyway.
you see standing there a tabby black and gray cat, or tabaxi. Very cleaned up. It's a little bit different last time you saw him. Very cleaned up dark gray cloak instead of the tattered one you had. He's wearing the same black sweater that he kind of normally wears with a few random holes from over-wearing use. His normal kind of denim-like trousers he normally has got 3/4 and chains still hanging off, still going through that phase of his life.
Such fucking evil.
Yep. And you see on either side of his hip about 3 pouches on either side of his hips, different points of components. You can also then see strapped inside of his cloak on one side a massive tome that you recognize as a spell book. That is just full pages sticking out of it, kind of thing as well. He's definitely a wizard. The other 3 figures you see, the first one that catches all of your immediate attention is a bronze dragonborn.
Well, hey.
Standing there. He's standing there, kind of still overlooking at the map, kind of eyed up you guys a couple of times. Okay, I'm back down. Predominantly wearing a dark green gambeson, which is like some that wear underneath armor to protect from the kind of metal side of it, with a wearing half plate armor over the top of it. 2 long swords sheathed on his left side. Very well-toned muscles from where you can see from whatever parts of his arms and things are shown up. 2 horns starting kind of the base of his forehead and curling back, following a long kind of darkish hair that flows down. He's got about 4 scars on his left side of his face, all random kind of patches. Definitely seen his fair share of close-up fights. And you see a sigil on his breastplate of a sword breaking chains. The next figure you see,
but I'm getting hits.
the next figure you see is a lizard folk. Older in years, wearing more priestly garb. Even for this folk, that's not an overall. He's got a standard kind of overrobe, but underneath you can see just very basic, common kind of gear that he's wearing. Aged look, thin, dark red, going down to the base of his spine, tail kind of curled around his leg, holding like what first could be mistaken as a walking stick. On closer look, it seems to be some relic item that he's using for his specific deity. And the last one you see, which immediately puts your hackles up spring, is a female troll. Very regal looking, almost to the exact same point as Lisa Bell.
Well,
Dark purple hair, long, braided, with the braid coming down the front. Very long, flowing green and yellow dress. You see bands of golden jewelry decorating her arms, piercing her ears, all sorts. And the longer you look at these different bits of gold plated on her, you can see all different animals carved into each different band as well. Oh, alright. Sorry, where are my manners? This is, and he points to the Dragonborn, this is Phaelus. And he is he's the Chainbreaker and a gladiator who will be fighting in the gladiator pits in a couple of days. The lizard folk is High Priest Euladis. He is, he's here to try and bring down whatever tyranny has been going on to his people. And the last one is Princess Dylon, the king's daughter. And before he even gets a chance to kind of explain it, she kind of steps forward and is like, my father is not doing good. And it's time that either he succeeds to me, or worse, be put to an end. As I said, the situation is a little bit more complicated than we thought.
So either abdication or death. Got it.
It's going to be a little bit more than that, I'm afraid.
In either case, if you take over, what guarantee do we have that you will be any better?
I don't want this. I don't want this whatever war is going on in these isles. Why do you think I'm working here, working with the High Priest to free his people from what my father has done to them? I want peace. I want these isles to be peaceful again, like I remembered.
Inside check.
Make an insight check.
What's going to be doing?
You just
Like, hi.
I suck it inside.
Yep. She's being purely honest.
Right.
She's tired of war. She doesn't want to be constantly, like, trolls have a long life, and you probably guessing hers is definitely somewhere in a century.
Right.
So she's probably seen a fair amount of war thanks to what her father has done. And she's like, and she is now
So done with this.
Yeah, and she has now seen 4 of her siblings, 3 of them killed by her father's own hand, one of them killed by an anonymous group over a year ago.
Thank God they were anonymous.
You can't prove shit.
Oh no, she can't. She has no idea unless you literally
we
spell it
don't
out to her. But
We don't kill things.
No.
Never.
Just made more seriously injured.
Discriminately killed. It's fine.
But yes, no, she gets her point sincere. It's like, yeah, no, and yeah, I've heard of what you did to the magistrate in Port Rohan, and he was a greedy asshole of a cunt, to put it nicely. I'd never felt right in a room with him, and I'm glad he's gone. Probably more than most.
On that we can agree.
You weren't arranged for him. And you kind of can see the whole unsettling. Like, you can literally start seeing her skin crawl at just the thought of being offered up to him. Kind of thing. Yeah. Right. But, and now you all look down at the table. So, the map of Trollvista lying about.
So
You've
you're
been working
Get
on
me down.
Yep, so you are there.
Okay.
cool. And this is the hoity-toity.
Yep.
And the arena in the middle.
Yeah. So, Felix, why are you fighting the arena having a day's time?
Have you heard of the total champion Skylin?
Mm-hmm. I've been presuming he's something to do with the dragon that is controlling the area, some sort of champion.
We haven't had full confirmation on that side of it yet, but he is a well-renowned gladiator, and he's been the champion of the ring here in Trollvista for a naturally number of years. Information the princess here has divulged to us, he's prominently been by the king's side for the last, 10, 12 years? It was last 17 years.
2s and 7s look similar a lot of the time. I know we have some people in the group who have trouble with numbers as well sometimes.
A lot of information I had to retain in a very short period of time. But yes, I am in a couple of days' time, literally. I know who that is.
Yeah, I know that as well. I was going to say I was throwing something at him. He said something about my lack of counting. I threw shiny math rocks at you.
Yay! Yes, no, I'll be fighting him in the ring. It's going to be a big event. The king's actually leaving the palace for it. He wants to see his champion fight a world-renowned gladiator like myself. And that's when it clicks into you what you missed just under the DC from your history check earlier. Phaelus rings a bell because he's a world-renowned gladiator as well. He's known for literally... His name as the Chainbreaker got known because he won so many fights, he bought his freedom.
Right.
And you know him, and you actually have slight respect for him because he's not just a gladiator, he's a bardic gladiator. He values the valor and basks in it.
Right.
You can see the same bardic kind of like ability within his eyes as he talks about a good fight.
So it's showing me his own TV show.
Okay. So the king's actually going to be coming out to his palace for a change. I presume that means this is the point at which he may be more vulnerable.
Well, Well, and he goes like, well, it's like,
Bye, Fluff.
this is kind of where I was waiting for you guys. And I'm glad you guys got here a couple days beforehand because we have a bit more time now to put everything in motion. Basically, the gladiator fight is the first part of the distraction. We have some other friends who are on their way, and we'll be here in a couple of days via boat, heading up the rivers. And there is going to be a signal. I'll be escorting, while the king is away, I'll be escorting the princess back through the underground passages into the palace, where I need you guys to make a lot of noise.
Ah.
And he points down at the map.
Not stealthy, right?
And he points down at the map
Not stealthy.
to a specific location. He points at the docks and the beach. They currently have majority of their armada stationed here. If we take out the docks and the boats beached there, that will send a signal to our friends who will come in and, let's just say,
fire.
lay waste
Someone say beat
to everything.
Oh, you've got some pirates on call, haven't you?
I may have sent a letter or 3 to a Black Feather, yes.
So,
And let's just say the pirates will be quite interested to hit certain trolls in the heart.
Can you control winds at all?
If I eat enough beans. So,
But
yes,
well, I have a gust of wind, I think, as a spell.
the idea is, while the gladiator
I
fight is
can't
going
control
on,
weather.
so the idea is, while the gladiator fight is
I'm
going
a
on,
nature dude.
you all head off to the boats. Set them on fire, start explosions, any way to destroy, devastate, and draw as many guards in your directions as possible.
I mean, I can make my own explosives.
The second-
That are afraid of fire. I mean, count me in.
Not only will that explosion or fire, whatever you do to the boats, signal our allies to come in, that'll be a rush for the Troll King to head back to the palace, where me and the princess will already be waiting. We get him to either forcefully advocate to the throne, or I make him wither up and die.
Okay.
Hey, that's my speciality.
Troll jerky.
No offense to you, princess. So this is a little bit. No, I'm not getting to that one. And he kind of pulls out the massive, like you have a spell book, Elwyn, and it's about a tenth the size of
Wow.
Whiskers as he pulls it out. Sorry,
Fucking hell, first it's Flake in spring, now it's Whiskers in spring.
and he pulls it out, and it's like
full.
full, and it's like, and I've got a few more tricks up my sleeve.
No offense, Whiskers, but I don't need a book.
Yeah, no, natural born.
So, well, Addis, I cannot help the boats on the way into the city that there are lizard folk working with the trolls.
And how long have you been gone from the Isles?
Oh, too long.
About 4 years ago, was one of the biggest battles and massacres of my people upon the Isles. The trolls, both jungle and river trolls, banded together and marched upon our hometown.
Oh.
We got as many of our kin together to fight back, and it was either an entire massacre and genocide, or bow.
Yeah, fair.
That's when I started this council.
Okay.
Fairless was the first. The princess eventually found out and agreed, hearing out her reasons and understanding who she is and how she speaks to the natures and wilds as well. It is understandable why she wants this as well. And then Whiskers comes along and tells them of, well, you lot, and the one day.
Oh, that makes sense. So you got him in the group because of us, not because... Yeah.
Well, no, he just stood up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Just
just
you kept him around because of us, yes.
Well, I mean, I'm kind of useful in a pinch as well.
Eh?
Apparently so.
How long have I been studying magic, you fucking dick?
I just thought you kind of looked at the pictures. In the books.
Well, that looks fun.
That looks exciting. Let's use that. Oh, I can bitch slap somebody quite well. In the book it goes.
It's just a scrapbook.
Yeah. It's just a scrapbook of all the spells you've ever encountered.
Scrapbooking spell pages, yeah.
Work.
What is those pages missing in my fucking library?
Yeah. Yeah. Make a wisdom saving throw, please.
It had to happen, didn't it?
It did.
No,
You
that's the
poked
wrong
the bear
page.
again, didn't you?
He's not a bear, he's the boxing. That's 11.
That is a fail.
Yep.
You guys all watch as Spring is suddenly turned into a leopard-printed mouse.
Awesome.
Is it mouse size, leather written mouse?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Just gonna go sit on his shoulder then.
He literally took his empty freaking mug and just,
Don't look at like dodge on there or anything. I was trying to roll
yeah, make a next dexterity check using a mouse. It's
Like plus 1 is that, so that's 9 now, you got me. Oh, Doc!
yeah, he
Half time.
he rolled a dirty 20. Oh yeah, I forgot how powerful I made this gun.
Belle goes over to the table and lifts the thing and picks up Spring.
You just see a now sleeping mouse who, after about 10 minutes, your hands start to feel a little bit warm. Because mice don't have bladder and he licks some of the beer in the tankard.
She picks him up with a tail. You just pissed in my hand.
Squeak, 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 squeak.
Okay, at least it was on my shoulder.
You learned your lesson again, and he drops you and drops concentration as you hit the floor.
You've done worse.
True. There was that little time I turned you into a worm.
Yeah.
And then Worm has a mustache.
That was the worst bit. Yeah.
Belle just wipes her hand all around. Be glad I'm not wiping it on you. Sure piss. Would you rather stay under the tankard?
Yeah, it was a nice nap.
Good 3-minute nap. Power nap.
When you're a mouse, that's a long time.
That is true.
You gave about a long rest.
Woohoo!
Give my body inspiration without using the bag here.
Yes. Yeah. That's the plan we've got so far.
Okay.
Minutes. That's why we're waiting for you, and thankfully you guys turned up enough so now we can try and get everything in place for the next couple of days. And
Okay, so these are troll ships, right? So they're not going to have stores of oil on them. I would have thought.
we're not sure. We're not.
Black powder.
They're very wary of any animal kind of getting in. So unfortunately, and he kind of clicks his finger, and his hawk appears on his shoulder. Like I've tried like 4 different animal types, and nope.
What about delivery guys?
We are not pulling delivery guys here.
Special
I mean,
delivery.
I'm just saying I have a whole stash of explosive mushrooms that I could just leave in the galley.
Delivery from Mungo.
Is he fucking serious?
DoorDash. coming in.
Unfortunately, yes, he is. This is yeah, no.
And you literally see the other 3
Candy
just
Mungo.
like, what? These are the heroes who stopped the war.
Not just
Well,
one more.
It was more of an accident, but yeah.
For you, maybe.
True. Yeah, I'm not on the cosmic quest like these guys. I just sort of.
He's
I'm
just
I'm
here.
just here. And they cause chaos.
So what's more important, to hit decay or the beach?
Well, the idea is that both targets are hit.
Okay, if we can't do both, because plans change and fail, which is the more important?
The beach. That's where they can't get to the bigger ships up that part of the river, not properly. And if they can't turn around
Right.
because there's no way they can get past the bridge.
Okay.
So their sloop ships often go up that way because they can be easily turned around. But currently, they do have 3 galleon-sized ships beached up on there. Oil-wise, like I said, we don't know what they have inside. We can definitely tell you that there's no any form of source of fire on there. Like the sconces here, they use magically enchanted sapphires powered by lightning from dragons. Yeah.
The troll ships use cannon.
Lightning powered.
Are you asking the DM or are you asking Whiskers?
I'm asking the DM because Spring spent some time on the same path they all have and have been around the captain.
They have something of the like, but they didn't seem to use any form of fiery ignition for
So
it.
they don't use black powder.
Yeah.
Downer.
They possibly use something else. You would know more personally that the trolls don't really delve much into arcane uses, but there are much hints and talks about certain trolls from the river trolls are a lot more attuned with certain parts of nature, shamanistic practices, or clerical practices, which is whatever deity they have. So it's probably something along the lines of that stuff that they're doing through it.
Right, so we can't use their own supplies against them.
So not necessarily.
No, the ship's locks, there's nothing appropriate on board.
Yet.
Yet, yeah.
Just
We're gonna be,
saying.
basically, you need to go into full alchemy mode and make a shit ton of stuff, and then we get it on
Yeah,
board somehow.
I can do that.
I mean, I can...
He can make something we can use to,
What kind of supplies do you have for alchemy making? Because I might be able
Just-
to...
Oh yeah, Brad, it's all here. What do you think about that?
So I got this.
You
I've
see,
got
This is where the magic happens. This is the alchemy right here.
Welcome to my alchemy lab.
Let's mix it up.
Oh, fucking hell.
You see Whisper's eyes just go wide with ecstatic, like, oh.
Well,
What's your flavour?
Wow.
Do you want something spicy or do you want something more kaboom?
Can we do spicy kaboom?
Okay, I've not done that yet. I mean, I've got a jar of
that just sounds kinky.
dissolving Feywild juice that I haven't used yet. So,
I'm sorry. Say that again.
You
a
wanna-
jar of Feywild juice.
Spicy kaboom.
I'm sorry. And he kind of turns
You
around.
don't like
He
what
turns
that-
around to everyone. Did he just say he has a jar
Yes.
of fake?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't
I
you?
can go in there whenever.
How?
I thought you were a wizard.
Like this, and I just.
I'm a wizard. I'm not a fucking planer traveler person. I don't
Oh.
travel
Oh, he
in
meant
planes.
Just watch, just
You
watch.
met this
Oh,
demigod
don't
guy,
you?
and you gave me this power, and I click my fingers, and the Feywild door opens,
Oh really? I mean,
and I
this
stick
is
my,
just
I just stick
normal
my
for
arm
us.
in, just grab like something off the floor. I don't know what it is, like a stick or something. Look, Feywild stick. Ooh.
You kind of see Whiskers in a blur of motion pull out a notebook, a
Oh, fuck.
quill, and start literally doesn't even look down at the notebook and just literally like.
When
Oh, so it's you then on a
You're
regular
writing on your
basis.
shopping list.
And you look over, you can look down, and he's not like being hideout. He has literally drawn every symbol upon the gateway that has just opened up to the Feywilds
Yeah.
in the right order.
Oh, well done. He's got one of those.
This shall be
Oh God.
yeah, okay.
Anyway.
Anywho,
Oh
right.
God, so we just gave him access to the Feywild.
not,
And he
not
kinda like-
necessarily.
And he is literally
He's not blessed by a god yet.
He doesn't need that. I give him a hard time, but he's
Right,
fucking good.
with a natural 20 on a sleight of hand check. He has taken that stick out of your hand, and you not even realize.
Sis,
I can
now.
get-
Can I pick up the stick?
I can get more.
Was there a stick in my hand or was it a figure in imagination?
Where's the stick?
And you looking around, and then you look at Whiskers, and he's like examining the stick. Like,
So it's literally just a stick. It's just,
yeah, but it's a stick from another plane of existence. One that is very immersed in magic, both nature and arcane.
Abilities.
really, I never knew that. To me, it's just like it's like a room I can just go into. That's how I see it. I know it's full of magical things, but I just look at it as a place.
Who the living fuck and all the gods gave this Goliath this kind of power?
We don't know.
Some green dude.
He just appeared in it one day.
Yeah, just when they're lower.
Just happened.
You all three all hear a slight in the back of your heads.
Oh shit.
He loves us.
Does he?
Probably.
Right. Anyway.
Takes the stick.
Right, so spicy kaboom.
Spicy kaboom. Okay,
Spicy
I can
kaboom.
make spicy kaboom. Well, if I combine my flashbang mushrooms with my black powder mushrooms, I think we could make
Well, those
spicy
some
boom.
red dragon scales I saw in your pocket as well.
Wait, what? Oh, yeah.
What about the mixed concoction?
What makes concoction?
Remember you had 5 different dragon scales and
Oh, I
you
just
mixed
put
The
them
ones
in
we
the
got
jar.
from the
together.
last, yeah, the ones that we got from the
Oh, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't
No,
think
so
the
those
world's
aren't,
ready
those,
for that.
that wasn't that one. That was the one from the first one
Oh.
you took under.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
we
because you
think,
mashed
didn't
it all
it?
down.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
so
you got
that's-
that one. You
That's
got
for a special occasion, which I
Yeah,
have
you
to
also
figure out.
got more of
We got red
the 5
yeah.
chromatic ones, and then you also, I think, what was it, picked up gold and
Yeah.
silver
I think so, yeah.
dragon scales as well, which
Okay.
you would know gold is the metallic equivalent of a red dragon.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
they,
So we've got fiery.
We've got
Okay,
fiery
we
kaboom.
can make some spicy kaboom mushrooms.
Well
Spicy
then.
mushrooms. I think we can come up with something.
yeah.
Just
Not-
need.
a couple of days.
Yeah, we've got a couple of days. I can cultivate.
Hmm.
Just need be some fertilizer.
Oh, we've also got the stuff of fire in the bag of holding.
Yeah, there's so much in there.
Yeah.
You mean her stuff?
No. What have we got?
I
The
think we
mild one from the
Oh, the
live
shitty
cat.
one.
Oh, that.
we just
yeah.
picked up some stuff, didn't we?
Yeah, got a spare staff of fire for combusting shit. Does it need attunement or anything, or is it just me sort of shake it and burn shit?
No, it needs attunement.
Oh, cock wombles.
Well, I
I'm
mean,
fairly certain it does both.
you got again. You guys have several options. Also, you've got at least 2 spellcasters who can easily cast fire magic. You've got a staff that can be turned into a fire elemental. You have your blade that can summon a blade of pure flames, and I'm expecting you obviously have the red dragon scales and some fire magic as well,
Yeah,
some
I
along
think-
the lines. And Click does somewhere along the lines as well. So definitely plenty of options for it on the table.
Right. Yeah, it is definitely the tuned one. Can only be attuned by a druid, sorcerer, warlock, or wizard.
Yeah.
You've got a staff of fire. Mine's a staff of full fire, which is obviously something. My dearest little pyro.
I mean, he would definitely scare some
So
trolls.
you could attune the staff of fire if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not worth it because my one I've got, staff of full fire, is better than that.
Yeah, but we'd have 2 staffs of fire on the battlefield ready to burn the fuck out of a fleet.
But then it means I'd have to take something off.
No.
No,
no,
giving
no.
it to Elwyn.
Oh,
Good.
yeah.
I was pointing over there.
Oh.
You're not the only person that gets magic items at this party, sweetheart. Or a princess. Fucking princess. Step down. Just take a step back. you know?
Sorry. Who would like the ones of the brass dragon?
I've got a fucking robe with the brass dragon. That's mine.
Yeah, who wants both of?
No, I've got a
Oh
robe.
wait, I've got the ones of the brass dragon.
I don't give a fuck. My robe's more stylish.
Suck it, bitch.
So yeah, you should be able to get it on from D&D Beyond the stuff of
Yeah,
fire.
something that just a stand.
Go out of it.
It probably needs achievement, so you might have to bump something else if you want to use it, but at least it's in your inventory now rather than just in the bag of holding, so I'll cross it off this.
Okay, cool. I can remove it from mine then. Not that it's actually in my bag, probably.
Just out of interest,
Uh-oh.
as part of this whole thing we're doing here,
Yes.
is it just us in this room who will be doing the whole we're going to make you pay and suffer and die thing, or is there anybody else in the town who might rise up?
We got a few other
Okay.
people within.
Spring takes out a bag, I think it's in a bag of holding, and just starts emptying out javelins, hand axes, and great axes onto the floor. Going, do they need any fucking weapons by any chance?
Well, that's definitely going to help.
Because I'm bored of having them in fucking bag of holding.
Yeah.
This is a good opportunity for them to get used.
So check all
There's a good handful of certain people who are in as common folk within the city that once we have told them that once the ships go up, whether an explosion or the fire goes off, that's the signal. Once the gladiator fight starts, that's the be ready moment.
So if they want weapons, you
Yeah.
give me some weapons now.
Well, actually, they'll hop in discreetly in and out of here and a couple of other places over the next couple of days. So, I might do.
Use the Goliath weapons for this one as well.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Anything else in there? No, I think that's everything that could be of use for this. Okay. Yeah. I think that's everything I've got here. I mean, we've got a couple of days to kill. I don't know how much preparation work we can do, but
I guess as good as mine at this point is literally just going over the plan however many times we need to, and I mean, I guess we can try.
And the other thing I think is trying to scout the beach and the actual docks themselves.
Yep.
I mean, you've tried to
Scout
scout
it.
them.
If someone has a way of getting onto the ships unnoticed,
All that is quite invisibility.
I was like, not me.
I mean, it's such a trope for the rogue to go out on its own and risk everything, but you know.
yeah, but
I mean, I don't want to fucking Liam this shit.
who is Liam?
Not again. You know. Do you remember Liam from when the guy? No, okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
little Liam, yeah.
Little Liam,
yeah, little
yeah.
Liam.
The guy was always fucking things up and getting himself in trouble. We had to pull him out of it because he ended up nearly dead those several times, you know, huh?
Oh dear.
Yeah. It was funny to a point.
Yeah, he did eventually learn his lesson, but then he got very emo. But you're more new metal than Nemo.
I mean, you're not wrong, but still, we all went through that phase at some point.
It's not a phase, Mel.
I'm about to swear a fucking oath of vengeance, which is basically as emo as you can get in the game.
You're not an all black though.
I am all black. I've been speaking wearing all black for quite a while, so what that is. The dress has changed. It's called somber. It's black and silver now. It's very night themed. Dark purples, dark blues, blacks and
It's
silvers.
more
He is
like
the knight.
it's more like Kiss.
Yeah.
You dress Gene Simmons.
No.
Oh
The
dear.
platform boots on.
No, it's more.
I don't think he needs any more
Beowulf.
light.
Yeah. Have a look.
No.
Oh dear.
If anything, it's still very much more in the vein of Adaman's fucking stand and deliver video, but it's
Just a bit more darker.
A bit more.
little tone down.
Just a little bit.
Little bit. Tiny bit.
Not a
Tiny
lot.
bit.
Not a lot.
Anyway.
Now we finished discussing outfits.
Yeah. Very important. Let's discuss what the fuck we're on
Daddy,
achieved.
don't be-
Oh, brilliant.
Oh, what am I on tune? There we go.
Oh god.
Right. Yeah.
Derailed.
Derailed entirely.
Where were we?
Talking about the plan.
The plan nice stuff for
It's going to be really weird to have a plan.
You don't usually have a plan.
You know, we have like starting positions and then we have to
Yeah.
fucking.
And let's just go.
Run in. It's like, you need to be there, you need to be there, wing it.
Yeah, yeah.
It always works out.
Exactly. We don't die. Much.
Not quite.
Yeah.
Instill them with confidence.
So I said much.
And these are the legendary heroes you were talking about. It's like, they'll get the job done.
We don't
Yeah, we
use-
get the job done.
Always.
Yeah, I mean, we're still all here, right?
They got business cards and everything.
Yeah, show them the business cards.
You guys have business cards now.
Show them the business cards. Show
I
them
keep
the.
forgetting them!
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I
I've
asked someone to remind
I've got
me.
You had like
One in my
5
pocket.
jobs. Only 5 jobs.
I asked
One of them
somebody
is
to
counting the
remind
money.
me!
One of them is counting the money and you can't even get that right. I mean, fuck's sake. What?
There's nothing to that!
With 400 gold pieces, not exactly a rounding area, you know. God, that was such a great sequence of dice rolls. No
It really was.
No regrets at all.
Hang on. Here's the business card!
Something fell over.
Yeah, my phone.
Yeah.
That's alright. It's live. It live.
Kill him.
Yes, I made business cards. I got bored one morning at work.
See, we're professionals.
Yeah. Didn't someone say we had to edit something on here? Just while thinking about it.
No, I think that was the idea. I was saying that to print a load and hand them out at Comic-Con.
Oh, that's good.
Professional adventurers.
You need to put,
Yeah, because I need to put it on the back.
Just put YouTube on the back of it.
Yeah.
I will do that. I can still utilise the works printer. I mean, I'm not wasting works resources.
No, I mean, we're going to go to Vistaprint online or something like that and get them done professionally, not at all if you're on works resources,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Cool.
Get them delivered to work. Well, more likely to get it then.
Yeah.
Pretty much live at the moment.
Just make certain, like, give me some as well, yeah. Give me some as well.
Of course. Of course I'm gonna.
Anyway.
Hi.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
You know, it's because I'm starting to lose confidence in this plan of yours, meeting these,
You've saved the world twice. Don't worry about it. Trust us.
Is that only twice?
Yeah, maybe more.
It's
I've lost
only-
count.
it's
I've
only
lost
more
count
than
after
that.
a few times. We done good.
Just curious now how much of the cost.
We've been busy.
I can, yes, apparently so. You do understand this is genuinely a serious situation,
Yes.
and should we fail, it literally means death for everybody in this tavern right now.
Yes. Rather like it was over in Port
The last time, and the place before that, and the place before that,
Yes.
and the place
Good.
before
'Cause
that.
I
We
was-
exist on this edge of existence. This is where we are. This is where we feel happy and comfortable and alive, you know? This is what we do.
That's a little upsetting to hear that someone feels that way, but fair enough.
Trust me, we're taking this very seriously, but there's no fucking point in going to your grave crying.
Speak for yourself.
I believe you. I'm worried about him.
I may
What?
look aloof, but I'm actually really smart.
He's just thinking about
It's
mushrooms
an
and
act.
how we can make them go boom.
Wait, you're a loofah?
He needs
I'm a
loofah.
loofah.
You're a loofah?
He needs a
If
loofah.
I dry my moss out, it does make quite a good loofah.
Yeah.
Because I'm real good for
I mean, they're not
exfoliating.
good for me, I've got fur, so you know.
Fine. I have the utmost confidence in your ability then. Whiskers has spoken immensely highly of you all. Well, at least the three that he's told us about.
Rest of us question.
Well, he did explain of 3 other members you had been with, and considering I don't see any of them about, and probably one of them probably for the better, I think he probably wouldn't even gone past the gates. But anyway, I'll leave you all to do the planning. I cannot be gone from the palace for too much longer, lest suspicions get risen.
That makes sense.
And I do apologize. I do have to get out of here without being recognized, and unfortunately, a lot of this I can't properly take off without some form of help. And there are reasons. She starts walking towards the exit. I shall see you all again soon. And about halfway to the door, you just kind of see her start to hunch over and full on change into a large-ish, dark green, blue streaked cat. And exit out the door.
Okay.
Interesting.
You recognize this as a wild shape.
I have to ask her how she gets out of it next time when she comes back. How do you not get lost for 6 months?
Did she just hear us? Gone.
And she just wild shapes into a normal sized cat, right? Not a
Yeah, she walks into a
feet
normal
tall
sized cat.
cat that goes mow.
That's probably one thing that you've been weirdly impressed by is having a conversation with a troll, a creature who, very slim, slight, and lanky as trolls are, was a slight bit taller than you. Like, trolls are considered large creatures as standard.
And heavily magic as well.
She definitely is. She seems to have picked up a flair for the druidic practices of the jungle
Maybe
trolls.
she bought my book.
Not playing Rick Roll. No.
Yeah, and all the book games after we saved the world, isn't it? Yeah. Everyone wanted a bit of us, so. Druid for dummies. That's what it was.
Says the now cleric.
Yeah.
I'll be
Yes.
that a bit more tomorrow. I'm not making a business card online. I totally haven't just made our YouTube channel into a QR code.
Amazing.
Good work.
Yeah, I did.
Cool.
I'm going to just quickly test it out properly now. Come on.
Yes. So now it's just Eula and 3 gentlemen.
Well,
Fucking worked.
That's awesome.
Jeez.
Anyway.
so you have a couple of days.
Mhm.
You've got to do your thing.
So it's definitely going to be a couple of days of trying to figure out how you guys are going to do this.
Don't you usually say that after we killed someone?
After the fight.
We're doing this one a weird way. We're planning first and then doing it.
Don't you normally, like,
We wing it.
Yeah.
I mean, we have a destination.
Yeah, we figure out our starting positions where it would be good to start from, and then it just all kind of happens.
Everyone-
But I get it. This time round is a bit bigger. You know, we need to do something a bit.
A little bit
different.
more important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Structured, you know.
So what we're going to do is he's going to do his thing with the mushrooms, making
Right.
stuff to go boom.
We do structured.
I'm going to try and investigate the places where we need to make go boom, and I'll come back and bring you information, and you can make a
We
plan.
knock it down.
I definitely think that's one of the smarter things I've ever heard you say, Spring.
See, I've grown up.
Fuck.
I've matured in your absence.
Like fine
Or
wine.
my absence of you.
Like a piece of cheddar.
Yeah, like that. I've
No,
become,
like fine
single
wine.
Just one piece of cheddar.
I've
a
become
teaspoon.
slightly salty and a little bit crispy in places because I've become very mature. Like the cheddar. Good cheddar is a bit like that.
I mean, we're going to compare it to
Ah.
fine wine.
I want some cheese and crackers now. I don't think they have them here though.
Didn't we ask for food like ages ago?
Oh yeah. Food and drink were brought
Yeah, you
out
can have cheese.
So
ages
he's taking
back.
his time. He's very slow, that guy.
Yeah, they're brought out ages back by much younger Tortle, who's able to move.
There you go, he's got cheese and crackers.
It's literally at that moment, like you just see Whiskers actually reach for a bit of cheddar cheese and just like,
Tastes like spring.
mature but not sharp.
Oh, disgraceful.
Oh, does not know me.
Oh, you
But
shut up.
anyways,
Okay, we're good. So then, yeah, I don't know what these two are doing. I mean, or him.
and kind of Clay's just kind of been studying the map, literally this entire freaking time. He's been trying to study every little bit, every avenue, every little nook and cranny he can.
Well done, Click. At least someone's doing
Someone's
something.
paying attention. Doing our jobs.
We have the flames, we just gotta go.
Yeah, just sit down and watch it.
We just
Popcorn.
need to literally know where we need to go, that's all. That's
Yeah.
all.
Have
Wow.
you got any pass without trace cannons?
Yes.
Get that one, please.
Maybe. For a cost.
Sure, how much?
400 gold.
Easy. Nothing.
There you go. Wheels. I can't actually transfer in D&D Beyond, but
That's fine.
I've
You
deleted
now have a candle,
it.
and I have 3 left.
Nice.
It is actually on D&D Beyond as well.
Oh, cool.
At least I think it is. Unless I made that myself. No, I think I made it myself.
Yeah, no.
That's okay.
Sure.
It basically just gives you plus 10 to
Yeah, it's possible
Stealth.
trace, isn't it? Is it
Yeah.
one casting per candle?
free.
Yeah,
Three
yeah,
charges.
3 charges per candle. Yeah.
Cool.
Mm.
Would you prefer
Well-
I go and try this tonight or tomorrow
Well,
night?
we need
or-
to. Well, it needs to be probably suss out on the ships and what they have, because if there's any oil or anything on the ships we can utilize,
Yeah.
great. If not, there's one thing I can do. Might only ever be able to do it once, but I could have a way to get us some black powder, and I mean some. I mean a lot.
Well, let's do that anyway.
Yes, agreed.
We need options. We want this to work.
And contingency plans and God knows what.
Other such words that we don't know because we never do them.
Yeah.
Contingency plan?
I think it's contingency. I think it's the name of a ship.
Ah, yes, the contingency plan.
That makes sense.
It's a great name.
Bless all who sail upon her. Such a good name for a ship.
Yeah.
It's like the
It should
ship,
be a
that,
pirate
the
ship.
ship that never fails. The contingency.
We be the pirates of the contingency plan. Y'all never get away from us because we knows how to plan.
Right. There is literally a 33% chance I'll never be able to do this again.
Okay.
Only 33.
It's better odds than we've had before.
Yeah.
So, do you want me to go and have a look at things tonight, or can I have a nap?
It's up to you at this point. You can go now because it's still like late morning coming up to about. Well, actually, no, now early afternoon.
Fuck
Now.
that! He's having a nap until it's dark. Doing this in daylight, and they'll attune the cloak of invisibility and unattune. What was it? The braces.
Right.
Braces of spicy.
Braces of defense.
Well, you're not gonna need it. You're not gonna get seen.
Thanks.
What? You'll be fine.
You just cursed me.
Yeah, he has.
I wish I had those powers.
This is going to be stressful. No, it's fucking ridiculous for this spell.
Okay.
You kind of see Whiskers kind of wander off to the other side of the tavern. It's like, right, it might be unpredictable. I've not done this before, so this could go weird. Kind of sits on one of the tables, pulls out his spell book towards the back end of the spell book. Pulls out. Just verbal. Cool. And I see him go into a meditative trance, and out loud. Actually, before he even does this, like, you guys are gonna be better experts than me. How much black powder do we need?
Quite a lot.
I mean,
Exactly. I need an exact number.
5.
30 pounds.
30 barrels.
Yes, barrels. I said
30 barrels.
I said pounds, but yes, barrels.
Oh, pounds.
No, barrels.
Barrels.
30 barrels.
Alright.
This is going to be so exciting. We like the part and
Hopefully he doesn't fuck this up and blow up the tavern.
It's be really interesting. He might just like explode his head or
I'm just
something.
gonna stand back a bit.
I wish
Oh shit.
for
God.
30 sealed barrels of black powder.
Yeah, what happens if
White
we get white powder instead?
We have a party!
30 barrels of it?
We'll give Charlie Sheen a call
Hey.
and have a good time.
So, I was actually one number away from him losing that, being able to use that spell, never being able to use that spell ever again. So he just cast a 9th level witch spell.
Yikes.
He is now- His strength is now 3, so a -4 for the next 5 days. Ow. Oh, yes.
It's fine.
Give him a walking stick, he'll be alright.
Yeah.
Should be alright because he's literally going to do nothing for the next 2 fucking days to get rid of that.
Yeah. But now we've got 30 barrels of black powder.
And suddenly, as he
Like
says
one,
those
so I ordered
words,
the other 29.
as he says those
Take your
words, the two of you feel this more than anyone else. You feel this massive release of arcane energy coming from Spring. Sorry, second time we've done that. Sorry, from Whiskers.
Just
And suddenly,
Just lost me.
out of purely nowhere, lined up around Spring, come 30 about yay size barrels
Like fucking wine barrel size.
of black powder.
Well,
This is why he said how much specifically.
I mean, I thought 30 pounds, and he said barrels, so I just went with it.
but barrels could be like
It could be like
Yeah,
little
little
barrels,
barrels.
like you would have on the battlefield.
So there are now 30
Industrial
We've got enough
studies.
fucking black powder to blow up half the town now.
yeah.
barrels.
I mean,
Probably the whole
It's
town.
that's
sudden,
not a bad idea.
and he just kind of like,
Just breathe.
Hey, really good job, that boy. Just out of interest, does the arena have any underground, tunnels under it?
uh,
I like what you're thinking, Guy
Phaelus.
Fawkes.
Phaelus walks up and gets like, well, I mean, there is an underground bit too. I'm not sure if there's any tunnels beneath it, but there's also underground bits where most of the contenders kind of rest and stay, as well as the slaves that are beneath there.
Oh shit!
So-
Kill them.
If you intend to blow underneath that, please don't. Please don't forget, I will be fighting it in the arena.
But could we...
We could just blow up the beach
Well, you have
or blow up the river, so they can't possibly escape.
How do you blow up a
Blow
river?
up.
With 30 barrels of powder.
Yeah, the problem is getting the 30 barrels somewhere. It's a bit inconspicuous, you know? I mean, if we could get them over to the mountainside, we could cause a rock slide, but that's rather uncontrollable. We might kill everyone. I mean, it's tempting. I imagine the look of their faces when that fucking mountain comes down on them like they feared. Fuck you, bro.
Have at thee, fuckers.
I mean, we could always make an explosion on the side of the arena to free the slaves. No?
We could do that afterwards anyway. They're probably safer still locked
Yeah,
up.
that's true, yeah, leaving,
Can I say something sensible?
Yeah,
You
you
slap
did.
me. Thank you.
I mean, what I'm thinking is I only wanted like 30 pounds or something like that, so I could actually just...
We're
Yes.
secretly Guy Fawkes, guys.
Just,
Yep. Oh, freaking
I mean, with my...
we've already got a national day, so now we're gonna have a second one.
Yeah.
Wait.
With my haversack, I can get a lot of black powder onto the ships. I can carry a lot of it in there, because there's quite a bit of room still in there.
And I'll be using a lot of it for the mushrooms.
Yeah.
They'll have to be just delivered as food stock.
You kind of see on the Whiskers
Just don't make
rouse.
sure they don't poke them too much early.
You kind of see Whiskers rouse a little bit, like, or we use the sand. Make lines of black powder within the sand itself. Black powder burns, it doesn't explode. And it can lead up to all three ships and explode at once with one drop of fire. You can do the same upon the docks. Literally, find.
I feel we have a bit more problem on the docks.
Yeah, because how are you going to hide the black powder lines?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Also, how
We
are you
just
going
write
to...
wine on the barrel. It's fine.
How are you going to...
Minor illusion.
I like the
Apple
idea, but
barrel?
how are we going to
Exactly.
get the lines drawn in the sand and then covered without being spot? Oh yeah, that's going to be me, isn't it?
The barrels look sealed. These look like waterproof barrels. They can be floated within the water. Lines, if done correctly,
Oh my god!
I can tomorrow.
This is why we don't plan. It's giving me a headache.
Tomorrow, I can turn a fair
It's
few.
a to-do list. No.
Right. Tomorrow, I can turn a fair few of you invisible. Send you off with these barrels, hidden enough in a way that you can time up some rope underneath the docks. That'll be a way to get the docks going. That fire burn onto the ships. And you can just literally see the levels of exhaustion. He's
Yeah.
literally at a 3 on strength. He is like struggling to hold himself up.
I'm just gonna pop out the portable hole. Shall we store this shit?
Yes.
Yeah, you can store.
Don't we still need to sort out the rest of the shit that's in there?
At some
What's
point.
left in there? I mean, it's...
We never sorted it out.
It was full of weapons and
yeah,
stuff.
I'll
wasn't
just
it?
dump
Yeah,
the
you
weapons.
just dumped all the weapons
Oh.
out of it.
Oh, sorry, I missed a bit.
Yeah.
There's a
And most of
few-
the rest of it was just bits and pieces. It wasn't actually very large stuff.
Probably just trash.
It was mostly valuables. Yeah, gold, piles of cheap jewellery.
Just all the crap.
Gold.
You want
Wendy's
the
Shrine
cheap-
to Sonova is in there, but that wasn't a lot of stuff. There's a bunch of gems and gold and platinum. Won't take up much room.
Okay. I would say the
Literally
cheap
the
jewelry
weapons
would
were-
probably defense.
Yeah, the weapons will always take up the most room in there.
Okay, bro.
So we can stick as many barrels as possible into that fucking hole.
Cool.
Yep.
So
Neatly stacked.
Not just thrown.
Yeah.
So
each barrel is about 3 feet high.
how big's a portable hole?
Portable hole is 10, 10, 10. So it's 10 feet,
A 10 feet by 10 feet.
10 feet, 10 feet, yeah.
So it's 1,000 square foot. 1,000
Something like
cubic
that,
feet.
yeah.
If those barrels are 3 feet high by
3 feet high, about 4 foot round. Some of them are most at the apex point of their midsection. So you could probably get 10, 12 or so in at a time, I think.
You know,
Probably more than that.
We've got time to do this. So.
by
Yeah.
By how tall were they?
About 3 feet high.
3 feet equals 48 cubic feet each. 1,000 cubic feet divided by 48. We can get 20 of them in there.
Nice.
20 barrels of black powder. In the portable hole. Fold, fold, fold. Chop.
Off we go.
We've just got 10 barrels of black powder sat in the inn where we're sleeping.
It's okay. I'll be making use of this. Don't you worry.
Reassuring!
That makes it worse.
Has there ever been an incident with my mushrooms where?
Yes!
Oh, okay.
You don't
The
need to finish
Oh,
the sentence!
there was that one time, and then that time where we did the dream thing, and then there was the incident with the guy that turned into the rabbit,
Uh-huh.
and then there was the guy that licked
Yeah.
me and threw up for days.
Yep. Let's move these
That was in
barrels
the space
into
of like a week.
Is there a basement
And
here?
that's the time on the pirate ship.
Yeah, is there a
Pirate
basement
ship,
here?
dude.
Do you have a basement?
I mean, yeah,
Wine
there is a cellar where we
Cool, can we put these in there?
Just get confused with
yeah, I mean,
And him.
Well, I
why-
need a lamp, so yes. It's probably safest down there.
20 platinum pieces. Ask no questions.
Jesus Christ.
and he
Give it
You've
him
never
money.
seen that much money in his life.
no, he hasn't.
Yeah.
That's 200 gold. He literally on a digs and puts literally a key to the tavern onto the bar.
Yours.
I'm gonna take a week off. and,
Good
he just grabs his son.
Sensible.
He grabs his son and they just
We're
exit.
leaving town.
Like this.
You are literally now left this dive bar of a tavern.
Nice. So this is our secret
Which
base.
I will also admit, when you
I
do
don't
go
know.
down, you do see a number of ale barrels, a fair few of nice kind of stacked shelf of wine. You turn around and you see a lot of spirits, high in alcohol percentage as
Uh-oh.
well.
Oh,
This could be
Can
interesting.
anybody say Molotov
it's like a
cocktail?
revolutionary pantry.
You see, like this is a dive bar, and no one has come in it, and this turtle has just been waiting for people to turn up so he can sell his booze, and he's just had a cellar full. He has not been able to shift.
Good shit then. It must be quite old now.
Oh yeah, the wine and all like the spirits are aged well.
Very, very.
Wow.
Okay, so any rum?
Yes.
We put the one side that we do not use for the explosives. That
Correct.
is that goes
All the grain alcohol is going up in flames.
Exactly. Okay.
I've been to a few revolutions myself.
Okay. Okay, so yes. This isn't my strong suit. Over to you, bye.
Yeah.
Adios, muchachos.
Whip out the pestle and mortar and get to work.
Before then I roll up, I'm going to take a quick look around, see if there's any sacks or bags.
Well, there are. There's definitely like some grain. There's like some stuff for like foods and things like that. Are you after like empty ones or full ones?
Empty ones, preferably
Yeah.
slightly smaller.
Yeah, there are. They're like a hand. There's like a mixture of all sorts that.
I'm going to fill several, like a half dozen or a dozen of those with black powder and put them in the Hughes Handy Haversack.
Four.
Stuff and
Shit,
things.
no.
Mining the fucking beach, by the sounds of
It's
it.
for stuff and things.
It's for
Things and
digging,
stuff.
so I've got actually a supply of black powder on me for the whole thing about making trails through the sand so that we
Dig a
can...
hole in and
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Make a
Yeah.
powder, it's basically a powder fuse.
Yeah.
So you basically dig a trench, fill it, cover it back over, and make sure you've got an exposed end on it, and hopefully it'll burn through if there's enough oxygen. It's sand, it's always covering, it shouldn't be too deep.
Sorted.
That's the idea. That's the theory. If MI6 are watching, didn't say any of that.
That message about Guy Fawkes.
Hey us.
Yeah.
You've got the wrong people.
Fucking.
Are you sure we should be making business cards?
Yeah, we're fine.
Okay,
We've never made our political allegiances clear on this. Oh wait, we have.
Shit.
Take it back.
I mean, thankfully right now I can literally just scream fuck Trump and everything will be fine, so...
I thought you weren't going to say his name.
Say my name.
It's quick, saying those two words quickly in a session is going to be a lot better than trying to scream out fuck the ex-president.
Don't fuck him, you don't know where he's been.
Yeah, no, I don't want to.
Cheeto.
No, actually we do know where he's been. That's the worst part.
Yeah.
Nasty.
But he's been indicted.
Okay, anyway, back to the session.
Yes.
Makes strange for you to railroad it.
By the time you kind of guys get back up from the cellar after sorting all that out and really stockpiles, you just see Whiskers now curled into a ball, asleep. He is just like that wish spell.
Spiky.
So cute.
Yeah, that wish spell took it out of him.
Can I carry him up to a room?
Hmm?
Can I carry him up to a room?
You need some clothes.
Make
Well,
a
like
strength
he's got
check to see.
No, because he's knackered and he did it for us. And he's also an old friend, so, you know.
You need some sleepy sleep.
11?
Yeah, he's not that.
It's not that heavy.
He ain't heavy, he's my brother.
Hey!
So yeah, carry him up to a bedroom, bang him on a bed, chuck a blanket
Mostly
over him.
Tuck him in, read him a bedtime story. Not
Okay,
one
what's
of
Put
with
his
the
favourite
kitty?
soft toy next to him.
And then pushed it under the bed.
Yeah.
Because if he's anything like you, he's going to be sleeping under the bed.
No, that's a spring thing.
No, that's a spring thing, yeah.
Fair enough.
He is the monster under the bed.
Especially if you don't give him his coffee in the morning.
Oh, Whiskers definitely, yeah. He's not a friendly person in the morning.
No. Found out the hard way.
Okay,
Oh no, his backstory is the reason why.
Okay.
right, yeah. I guess if he's doing his alchemy stuff, those are just...
Yeah, so what are you
We've
guys
just been
doing?
here.
Yeah.
We've just been listening and go, right, okay, fire. That's all we need to
Can
know.
do.
Tell us when and where we need to be, and we'll set the fire off.
Teach you to burn.
Yeah, that's all we've been doing, just listening and just like, tell us when and where.
I suppose I should go and scout then.
Do it.
Yeah. A few more hours pass, the evening starts settling in
I'm guessing
nicely.
the town's under a curfew.
In an extent, there are certain like quad sections of the town, certain ways. Like, there's no official curfew, but like, if you're out, if you're out on your own, it's not the world's smartest idea.
You're gonna get questioned.
Yeah.
The cloak invisibility as well.
What's in the bag?
My dinner?
What's in the box?
Box, man!
Puppies?
Gonna open it.
Pass without trace candle, cloak invisibility.
Gone. Make your stealth check with advantage. +10.
And that'll last you an hour.
43.
He's just gone. He not here no more. He just gone.
You're not just invisible. You've
Just
got
erased from history.
yeah,
Who's spring again? Do we know this person?
For an hour,
just avoid.
none of you know who Spring is. I have no idea about this person. No,
Aw, you would have had fun with that.
Oh, he's waiting for something. It's like,
What am I making here? Mushrooms for.
Who are we here again for? I'm gonna go to
I've
bed.
got
See you
10
later.
barrels of explosives.
That's right, yeah, you could probably literally walk up to somebody, shout in their face at the current state, and they would just not react. You were just
Wow.
that invisible and
It's just
stealthy.
because the wind.
Pretty much.
Take it this is a gatehouse.
Yeah, so Portcullis, but yeah. So you managed to get there, and like you don't even have to like go half movement for this. You can go full speed dash,
Just do
bonus
that
action
between the
dash. If you want that stealth. Every so often stopping for 6 seconds because you just use a bit of tabaxi to it. Click the boots of haste for 1 minute.
Yeah, that's
Every so often for 1 minute.
Yep. No, I'll save the boots haste when I need them.
Yeah. You get there, and one of my favourite phrases when I'm lickety split.
Lickety lit, that's good.
Well, that's your favourite phrase.
You're there, and you do see beached up 3 massive galleon-like ships.
Okay, that's
Well, 2 massive galleon-like ships. The third one at the very tip, you look and you do recognize what is considered in class down as a man-of-war ship, which is significantly bigger.
Huge.
You understand there's at least, it's a definitely 100-gun ship.
Oh, we're getting on that big boy.
When you get up there, and you get onto the man-of-war first, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
So you get up there, and when you get up onto the deck bit first,
I take it all the gun ports are closed so we
Yeah,
can't sneak into
all the gun ports are closed off. There is a gangplank up onto the main deck of it. Need you to make a perception check as you get up there. As you look out towards the river that's leaning away from where the fork is.
26.
You're looking at it, and you almost feel like you're looking into somewhere else. Like there's like some glamour has been placed over certain parts of where that river is. So you kind of stare at the ship. The forks of the rivers are going that way. You're looking at the river going up, that way. And there's just something, you're not quite sure what, but it's just like, I got a job to do. And you kind of start going through and looking through the ship.
Ooh.
Yeah, okay, we might have to come back to that. Yeah, gonna look for the stores, oil.
You go down, and there's oil up on the ship. There is very dark black tar, like oil, kept on the ship. Obviously, not necessarily used for burning or anything like that, so they don't use fire, but it's used for other uses for their cannons, keeping it more clean and polished off. This is like, for some reason, this is what they use instead of any other thing.
Could also be used for caulking leaks in the hull.
Yep.
Tar-like substances. Perfect.
Yep. Checking the other 2 ships, they have very similar. The Man of War has about 10 barrels on it. The 2 galleons have about 5 each as well. There's also a fair few other things on there. The wood is rather dry, hasn't rained for the better part of a couple of weeks, so the wood is perfectly quite crisp. The 2 galleons are mostly beached as well. Literally only the back end of it is still in the water as well. The Man of War is about quarter beached, so you can definitely, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, I literally moved my foot and I've accident. But yeah, it's like, yeah, there's definitely a few easy ways how you can make sure that when the fire hits, if any bit of sparks get inside the hulls, they're gone.
That's right. Just when the night comes, secrete a bag of black powder in amongst their oil stores.
Yep. You also find in all of them spare cloths for sails as well, which you know personally can quite easily go up in flames.
So basically, sailing ships are just a big fucking fire waiting to happen.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to push my luck, and I'm going to... Is this a tidal river, or is it what?
I'm sorry?
Is this a tidal river? I don't know if it's tidal.
You're not sure.
Okay.
You've not really been in this part. You don't understand. By the time that end of the river gets down to you, it's already gone through the mountain and a waterfall.
Oh, yeah.
So it's kind of...
Oh, it's coming down from that, isn't it?
Yeah.
How far up do I think that glamour is on that? And what time is it now? How long has this taken?
That bit has taken you the better part of 45 minutes so far, because you were literally sped right through it. And to get to each ship and have a thorough enough search has taken you about 45 minutes.
Yep.
That glamour is It's not near. It's a good ways off, about 100, 150 feet away, kind of thing. Far enough that, actually, the only reason you saw it is because you rolled high enough to see something's not right.
Yeah, no
Off in
worries.
the
In this
distance.
case, there's more ships hidden behind it.
You get
Fuck it, push the luck. I'm gonna try and cross the river and go find out what the hell it is.
So you go through, across the river, and walk up, and you can suddenly, as you pass a certain bit, about 125 feet off, you see a sudden shift. And you're right. There are two ships. Actually, two ships.
Very, very
I mean, personally, I would take him out of the room.
We'll just text him.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't hear anything.
You see them, and just like, and
Back to the inn. Oh no, drift by the docks.
so as you kind of head back in,
Use
make
the
a
second charge.
Yep.
Hold the candle.
Make another stealth check.
That was good. So 36.
36. Still stealthy enough. You're still able to kind of go up your full speed, getting down there, and there's about 6 single or double masted ships docked in that area at the minute. All kind of, again, same kind of guard that you saw on the other ships as well. Only the 2 masted ships have any oil underneath. The sloops don't seem to have anything below decks themselves. I'll just use as just
Yeah.
kind of whatever. They're all turned facing, so their cannons are. So they're all kind of facing the bridge. So the cannons are pointing either towards the city or towards the mountain on the other side of the river, kind of thing.
Okay. Back to the inn.
And get back in. Yep.
Yep.
So for you guys, it's been the better part of 2 hours or so, and suddenly, you guys don't even notice it. You just hear a slight creak, and suddenly,
Yeah, Spring's deliberately leaning one foot on a creaky floorboard.
So it doesn't terrify the life out of all of us. Hello.
Hey.
notice to see if people on the ships notice you.
Alright.
How was the scouting? Did you find anything interesting?
We have 2 galleons and a man of war on the beach.
Okay.
They have, unsurprisingly, supplies of oil and tar below decks
Okay.
and sailcloth.
So you're going to be in charge of getting rid of all those?
Oh, I can have some fun with that, yes.
Okay. Cool.
And the docks, there's only a couple of ships there. We can easily ignite with the supplies they have on board themselves, but that should be sufficient.
So
they're all facing.
realistically, don't need the gunpowder for that? We just go...
Well, I have sufficient supply of gunpowder on me to take care of all of these ships myself.
Other thing I'll say you notice is this building here, just slightly off the docks,
Yep.
is a shipbuilding place as well. That was another thing you did notice, where there are none parts up there, but you also kind of figured that if they needed to do any repairs, any ships would kind of find their way there as well. So,
Ship repairs means inevitably large amounts of sawdust, wood chip,
oh yeah, there was a
oil.
plenty of
You
that.
can smell it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So easily to set alight as well.
I mean,
All it takes is one tiny spark in there.
So I think that maybe you guys take care of that. Maybe also the docks, because there's less. He points out where on the docks the ships with supplies on board are. These ones will go up easily if you can get some fire into below decks on them. Sort of describes whereabouts on the deck that all supplies are. The other ones, if we have the wind in our favour, they will go as well. Otherwise, simply try your best with them. These ones,
Leave them to you.
leave them to me.
Okay, you're gonna have too much fun with this.
Huh?
So I fear you're gonna have too much fun with this. That shitting grin on your face.
You know, it's causing shit for trolls.
This is a question for the GM. With the
Yes.
dancing lights, would that be classed as fire, or is that just...
No, that's literally just that's a. I can't remember what the school of magic is, but that's literally not fire. There's no heat. They're just
Okay,
literally
cool.
balls of light.
illusion, isn't it?
Yes, I think so. Yeah, conjuration.
Okay,
They're
just
literally just
double
balls
check.
of light. There's no fire to it.
Yeah.
That's fine. Just trying to think of spells I could easily get away with casting that's not going to cause too much.
If you want to cause as much chaos and mayhem as possible, I would suggest summoning your fire elemental in the shipbuilding facility.
Yeah, that
And
was
letting
the
it
plan
go
for that
fucking
one.
Nuts.
I'm just
Everyone
more
was
thinking of the
freaking out.
subtle for the ships.
Why do you want to be subtle?
Because I want to cause the most commotion in the shipyard. Oh, I shall burn.
You want massive fucking commotion in the shipyards and massive fucking commotion
fair.
everywhere else.
Yeah, that's what's going to draw the
Yeah.
way it was explained is that the whole point is you want to draw as many guards
Yeah,
away
but I want to be
from...
subtle about doing it so I don't draw attention to myself.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's probably going to be lobbing fucking burning mushrooms at
Yeah,
ships or
true.
something. I don't know how it's going to work.
I mean,
Delivery, I told you. I'm going
Subtle.
to just drop
Oh,
off.
delivery! Mushroom pizzas.
There we go.
Yeah!
Just be careful when you pick them up.
well, I mean, we still have...
Why are they hissing?
How many
Papa Flake.
barrels? How many barrels are you going to need for the 3 ships on the beach? Out of all 30?
None. I have bags of black powder in my backpack already. I intend to lay some
Yeah,
of
that's
it
what,
amongst-
so how many of those barrels are you using for those ones?
I mean, how much can I actually fit in my backpack? That's the question. Let me just look up Hugh's handy haversack and see how much it can hold. Because that could be a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not in here, is it? It's from my fucking character sheet. From the character sheet. Where's Hugh's handy haversack? There you are. Up to £80.
That'd be a lot, yeah. well,
That's like 8 babies. That's a lot.
you kind of...
Yeah, basically he's going to remove everything that
At least
is
65
like
sandwiches. That's a lot.
travel related from the backpack, stow it in the basement, and just free up as much room in the backpack as possible and just fill the fuck with black powder.
Well, we got some extra rope lying about.
Can we make fuses?
That's one thing I was thinking of, but the other thing, I think friend Whiskers mentioned this earlier. You could turn some of us invisible tomorrow when he wakes up and has used his spells again proper. We can try and take some of these barrels, because they're watertight, we can tie them underneath the docks. Set the ropes on fire.
Mm-hmm.
That could be another way to go. That'd be just
We have
burning down
so
the
many
docks.
flaming options. It's great.
We'd be burning
Something
down the
burning.
docks. That'd be burning down the docks, which not only means would it get into the ships, but the trolls would be less likely to run onto the ships or try to find a way to get water to the ships, because they would not be able to step foot on the docks.
That's true.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, we'll have to investigate that and get that done tomorrow. Yeah.
I mean, I got waterproofing.
Oh, it's all you then. That's all you. I'll have a day off, yeah?
Yeah.
So I can go for a piss.
Alright. Well, so we'll settle, get everything final tomorrow. I think sleep is going to be needed for all of us. At the minute.
But this is so exciting. How can I sleep? I'm going to burn it.
It's like a kid at Christmas.
I didn't see that. Yes. But anywho, yes. Sleep for now, and
Dream
At
of
morning.
our kabooms.
at dawn...
We burn. Plan.
Thank you. At dawn, we burn. Yes. And that's where we'll pick up next time. Trying to find the right point to wind down. Like, no, okay, we'll get to that point. So I'll make that what I'm going to be introducing next time. But yes.
Cool.
I've made it to Trollvista now.
Oh god.
Oh yeah, a lot. Been waiting to fucking show this map for fucking ages.
Cool. That's cool.
And now we get to the next part of the story, one step closer to finding a blue dragon.
Yeah, fucker.
It's gonna be fun.
For you or for it?
Both.
Both.
Oh, yeah,
Yes. And it seems like you have more help as well this time in a different form. But yes, until next time, hopefully we'll see you guys again in a couple of weeks. Please remember to look after yourselves. Take the time out if you need to take time out. And if you see a friend or someone who's in need, offer a hand and see if they need some help, yeah? You're not alone in this world. We don't need to be. Until next time as well, remember, there's nothing wrong with being a geek. And there's nothing wrong with a good tabletop role-playing game. Until next time, guys, we'll see.
Good night.